Hey, we made it. We're here with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey.
Hello.
In case you've missed our other ones, this is a special little short stint that we're doing with ManySidedDice. He's graciously agreed to run an adventure for us, so you don't have to put up with my bad DM. Man, Riley, you look like real fuzzy. Oh, you turned
Sean
it.
looks like he's dying for a
Fuzzball.
second there.
But yeah, if you don't know ManySidedDice, he is a pretty cool dude. I was like, I don't know what to say.
In a
cool
loose mood. A man of words.
He came up. He wrote this book.
He's a real neat guy.
Yeah, a real neat fella. He wrote this book, Lost Artifacts of Greyghast. It is a beautiful. Oh, hang on. Let me find a good one. Book with art, all sorts of magic items. I don't know if you can see that. For you to use in your campaign, and they're not just your simple like flaming longsword +1 dagger. These are.
Doesn't even look like anything. It's chroma keying out whenever you show the picture.
Well, you know, they can use their imagination. I'll post the link, and they can look there. But there's.
Yeah, there's a good idea.
There's all the items have their own backstories, their own mechanics. They are, I think they're pretty easy to implement in any campaign, no matter the level, because of the way they're written.
One from experience lets you shoot spider webs like you're Spider-Man.
What?
I've
No,
used
that's not from this.
That's the other
wand of
one.
web. That's called a wand of web.
Asshole.
But they all have their own attuning rules. It's really solid, and you should check it out. And I'm gonna post the link in chat. But
Clearly, Jake hasn't checked it out.
that's our little spiel. Go buy it. Buy like 10 of them. I'll let you take it from here, Flannel. We'll leave off where we went last time. Yeah.
So we will start off. So one of the things for people that are watching or checking this out, I saved this part for after our first. But this is part of virtually every game I do, and this is a part I think more DMs should do. There's a lot of XP out there to be handed out. It doesn't all have to happen because you kill something. Sometimes you use it to shame the players, right, and drive people to unnatural habits. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this on the screen so that we can see it.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me change it to the views.
I'm
so you can
scared.
see. Ooh.
Because at the start of every session, there should be a quiz time. Basically, were you paying the hell attention?
All right.
This will be entirely about the plot.
Oh.
I gotta pull up my notepad. Hang on.
Oh no, there's no waiting. I want somebody to be nominated to go first.
I'll do it.
All right, you're first. Here we go. You can answer a question about the game. If you get it right, you'll get to throw a D4, and it's a chance for XP. If you get it wrong, somebody else could steal it if they know the answer.
Should I get a handicap based on how much I had to drink the night we played?
Not at all.
Damn it.
So we're gonna start from the top, and the question is: there's no stalling. If you stall, we just move on.
All right.
So when is volunteering? When is roll call every morning at the
Roll call is
Greyguard
at-
Barracks?
Roll call that sixth bell, isn't it?
Sixth
Oh,
bell.
that's an easy one.
Good job. That's sixth bell. Roll a d4. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah.
I will.
We weren't looking for 6 o'clock either. We were looking for terminology of the game.
Oh,
You don't get anything. Shot. Who's next?
I'll go next.
all that for nothing.
All right, you're going next. What is the name of the aggressive, right, and antagonistic senior constable that was giving y'all hassle at the barracks in the morning?
It's Tig.
It was Tig. You can roll a d4.
Yes. I gotta. Where's my dice at here? Hang on.
They have the same name, I told you.
I think it's shitty.
Fuck you, Jake.
Nothing. You get nothing. Who's next?
I'll go since Pud's out.
You have the third question. These are in an actual order, so it's not my fault. You have a slightly, maybe harder question. We'll see.
Okay.
Name 2 districts in the city.
2 districts. Gully and Guilt.
Those are 2. Those are the first 2 you interacted with. Gully's where you started in the barracks, and Guilt was where you ran into your first altercation with some kind of cult leader and a lot of crazy horses.
Do I get bonus points for saying the tavern in Gully is gin the air tonight, and the tavern in Guilt
No.
is brew shook me all night long?
Look at his
You
notes.
don't. However, you do ruin the next couple of questions.
Oh,
that
I'm
I
so
had
sorry.
on the thing.
Well, he's not here. He's not here. He had to slip away.
So
Oh,
you
man.
did good there.
I think you should lose XP now.
Roll a d4. Let's see if you get anything off of that.
I got a 3.
You get 50 XP.
Woo!
It's
You lose 50
XP
XP.
for being a worse person than us.
It's called capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's give Sean a moment.
Yep. He is. I don't know how long he's gonna be. He said he's in and out because his son is rebelling.
Yeah.
So we can come back to him if you want, and we can.
That's
continue.
fine. Come
Yeah.
back to it. So we can kind of start this up, and we'll bring him in when he's available.
That sounds good.
So snap back over to our map.
Oh, hey, Dragon Craze.
Hey, Dragon.
Hey, Dragon.
So far, story so far, our patrol of constables got up this morning and managed to find their way all the way to the barracks, half of them, most of them, running the risk of being tardy but pulled into time, making it in time for roll call where they had a meeting with their boss, right, the senior inspector, who gave them a special mission, definitely one that's out of normal, that made him nervous. After cleverly swiping the letter that he'd gotten these orders from, being able to take a look at it, they came to learn that whatever's going on, they were requested specifically being personal about this. What? They still don't know. So on their way to go to Hightown to meet with Count Ingolstadt, who's requiring them to come by and kind of act under his orders to investigate some dark and mysterious goings-on, they ran into some misadventure in the market square as a cloaked and hooded figure brought to some semblance of crude sentience a number of horses and beasts of burden that attacked the populace and were fought back off. They checked in with the Western District Commander. It was a sterile sort of relationship, a very brief moment where Mo hardly knew what he was doing, but muscled through genially anyway, and suffered an embarrassing prank by Western District constables, where they burst into a private residence of somebody apparently of note and some power, and that may come back to home. And now, in Hightown, they're making their way to Count Ingolstadt's manor to finally take up the midday meeting that all of this was centered around. So, I'm going to bring everybody over. And there you all are on the delicate and delightful streets of Hightown. Various gentry making their way, right? Frumpers following them about with parasols to keep the sun off of them. It's, mind you, a nice, comfortable 65, 70 degrees. It's a little chilly, right? It's a little late fall. But still, gotta keep delicate, sensitive skin from the sun. Servants come to and fro. Nobody's having to walk more than 10 paces anywhere if they want to do so. Carriages slowly rolling themselves up and down finely cobblestone streets. This place is money.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, fearless leader.
Yeah, well, we're not in charge here.
Getting reoriented since I missed the very last part. So we're
We
all back
needed to
together.
go find Count Ingolstadt.
We do.
report
So,
in
yeah,
with
we
him.
are. What time is it now, Flame? I'm sorry if you already said that.
It is about 11th bell.
Okay. So we weren't supposed to meet until after, but that's okay. We can go and head that direction because it's better to be early than late, my friends.
Well, maybe do you think we have time for maybe get a little something to eat?
Mo, I always have time for you. we can stop at a tavern on the way there and get some lunch.
Okay. I really like that Sweet Child of Wine Tavern that we went by.
Yeah, let's check it out.
As you guys get towards Sweet Child of Wine, which again is like a fantasy version of a Hard Rock Cafe, really quite artificial. You do see Tig and Putty. I would say not angrily, but certainly frustratingly outside of it,
Say that last part again.
Frustratingly standing outside of it.
So, what the fuck are you guys doing here?
We were trying to get some information on Equestrius. We heard about this lady who sells fine carriages.
Her name's Winnie.
Her name is Winnie, and I was trying to track down. Thank you for taking that name down. Good work, officer. I was trying to track down where she's selling carriages from, so I could question her a little bit and see if she might know the whereabouts of Equestrius. But people in this tavern seem to be a little less than cooperative, and taking the notes of our fine major, lieutenant, whatever he was. I decided to excuse myself from the tavern for a minute, as not to break someone's face.
Whitney's outside of town, and Tig was about to hit one of the people in the face that was at the bar. Is what happened.
So you're telling me that Tig restrained himself from violence?
I kind of helped him walk out of the bar.
That is more than I expected out of both of you.
It's honestly more than I expected for myself, sir.
Did you figure out where to find Winnie?
I just remember them saying that she lives outside of town.
I bet I can figure it out if I'm allowed to go punch someone in the face.
So no, you are not allowed to go punch somebody in the face. I did promise Mo we're going to get lunch, and then we're going to seek out Ingolstadt. It's time to get back on mission.
Well, this place serves jalapeno poppers, and apparently they're pretty good.
Well, then we can do that. But as soon as we're done eating, we're heading to the count.
They don't like the jalapeno poppers I'm used to on our side of town.
Those aren't really jalapeno poppers there. But
All right.
All right. Sean, you do have a message in the chat there.
Oh.
Or excuse me, Roll20's chat. I should specify which chat.
I just
Awesome.
accidentally refreshed my browser. It's going to take 18 minutes to reload this. Out of character.
Guys, do you see those Western constables sneering at us as they're walking by over there?
As Putty points them out, you do see them. They're only about half a block up. They're making their way past, sort of coming towards you all, looking at you with great disdain and some disgust.
What a bunch of dicks.
I yell, "Hey, you got a problem?" as I immediately start walking towards them fast.
I grab you by the back of your collar and pull you back and tell you that we are not here for that.
Guys, let's go get that food.
I still
All of you-
attempt walking towards them.
All of you,
friendly.
all of you notice the surrounding pedestrians and other such people now drawn to attention at Tig's outburst.
Hey.
An outburst is a strong word, but maybe. Okay. I'm still yelling at them, taunting them, threatening them to come over here while trying to obey my lieutenant, but also slightly struggling against them to see if I can break free.
So you're not actually trying to obey at all.
You notice the constables from Western that they are now no longer disgusted but amused and seemingly joking amongst themselves in what it probably is inappropriate ways about you. It's not that. It's easily telegraphed. And they just do their best to ignore as they walk by.
Making us look like dicks.
Yeah, way to go, Tig. Our reputation over here is bad enough the way it is. We don't need your help with enhancing that.
I am getting closer, visibly closer to a boiling point. At
All right.
everybody.
I turn to Mo and tell him that I don't think we're going to be able to stop for lunch. I'm sorry, but he can't keep his cool. So we're going to have to head on the count.
So while he's like raging, I'm like, oh, well, when my dad would always get angry, I'd give him one of these, and I'd pull out one of my little prepared snacks out of my bag. It's just
Thank God! I thought you were gonna give him a noogie.
little wrap, and I'm like, here you go, buddy, and I just kind of put it in his mouth as he is opening it up to yell at the other people.
I chew down on it, slightly satisfied, but still pretty upset.
Let's get Steve out Ingolstadt.
I'm not saying anything, and I'm clenching my fists like a small toddler who wants a toy.
I grab the guys and I say, let's just start walking, and we'll deal with food on our way to where we're at.
Let's head.
I just want to make a quick confirmation because it could go either way.
I saw it.
Does Putty? Okay, good. I'm about to say Putty lets that go.
Yep.
Clever man. All right. So you guys come up to this is all fairly well telegraphed and certainly easy enough to find, even the cursory examination of the streets. And you do have an address to go by. So the gates to Ingolstadt's estate stand out from its neighboring mansions and properties. Wrought of bronze rather than iron and crafted to look like vines snaking and intertwining with each other, the fence line runs probably around the whole circumference of the property, something to the tune of at least a mile or two. The house itself sits far, far back past a few rolling acreages. It's not locked, the gates themselves. They're ajar and open. But two heavily armored and highly polished armswomen stand at attention and stare off into the distance as you approach.
Hail, guardsman. We're here to see Count Ingolstadt. She should be expecting us.
1,000-yard stare. They do not say anything.
You guys have any experience on this side of town?
I give them 1,000-yard stare right back.
Yeah, we don't have good experience on this side of town.
Yeah. What about you, Mo? You're social.
I say, well, you gotta greet him. How's it going there? And I thrust my little pudgy hand out. I'm like, we're here to see the Count. We're expected.
It's Buckingham Palace guard-like, just right past you.
Is the gate in front of us closed?
And then I'll...
No, like I say, it's open.
I'll say, all right.
Okay, I guess we'll just walk on through.
We'll go this way. All right.
We'll
Have a good day,
show
guys.
ourselves to the Count.
All right, you guys just walk in?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, initiative. I'm kidding. You just walk in. It's fine. They're ornamentation more than most things. You walk in. As you walk up the winding path to the house, you see a variety of well-dressed people conducting themselves with great frivolity. Some are playing at genteel games in groups of 3 or 4, while servants maintain buffets or shade nearby. Some lazily riding horses along manicured ponds. None take much notice of you, and what notice they do take seems somewhat dismissive and amused.
Nobles.
Okay.
I hate nobles.
Well, so we should probably spread out to look for the Count. If you guys want to take over in that direction, I point like away from the general buffet area. I say I can go over here and check. I don't mind to look around here because the Count's got to come get some food, so I can just wait here and see if they come.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should probably stick together given what's happened up to this point.
Okay, yeah. I think my original plan though of maybe hanging around the buffet will yield the Count.
I have a better idea, Mo. And Flannel, do we see anybody who looks like a servant that works here?
Excellent. You notice up the path on the way to the actual manor house itself, you see that there is somebody standing out in front of a long set of stairs leading up to the grand doors.
All right, follow me, guys, and look.
They're the only person you've seen since walking through the gate that don't appear to be otherwise occupied with things. They're simply staring at the long path as you walk up the drive.
I say, hail, stranger. Are you employed here?
The housemaster is already waiting, standing there at the stone stairs leading to the house. Greets you genially, though formally. He is a goblin, an older goblin, dressed in black tails, and appears to be sensitive to the odd nature of this calling, as he's not really standing on any airs. He walks up and offers his hand, in a rustic fashion.
And I take it.
He says, well, it's finally glad to see you come here. We've been expecting you all morning. I understand, you're under your own duties and other responsibilities. It's not of any great note that you might be late.
We apologize. We were told not to be here until after midday.
Oh, you were told wrong. No, we were expecting you hours ago. But again, it is fine. That is what I am for. Everything is fine.
Dunkirk, do you have any idea why Count Ingolstadt insisted that you lead this party?
I guess we can ask her when we see her.
Isn't it a he?
He leans in. The goblin leans forward upon hearing this. Says, "I'm sure you're as politely as possible as well." Says, "I am sure you are misinformed. I wouldn't think his lordship would forgive me. Know who you are."
Okay.
I'm sure you wouldn't. I am not particularly notable, but if you'll lead the way, sir.
He leads you inside. Going up the long stairwell, he does mention a few bits and pieces on the assumption that y'all are not frequenters of the wealthier part of town and its peculiar habits. But he does lead all that off with saying, as you may already know, though he's pretty sure you don't. It's a nice polite nod. But no, as you already know, weapons cannot be brought into his lordship's presence. I would request that you leave those with some of the footmen that should be waiting in the hallway up ahead.
I kind of look around skeptically. As members of the guard, we are not permitted to leave our weapons behind.
I'm to understand that actually it's entirely your choice, but I'll say this much. It is only my duty to inform you of this. If you don't wish to yield them, then I certainly am not going to insist.
I shrug and just kind of like hand my maul that smells like dead horse over to whoever.
I happily unload my shield and my mace and my huge pack that I've been carrying. This stuff's heavy. Thank God someone's going to watch it for a little bit.
He tells you.
I reluctantly relinquish my weapons as well, then.
That's fine. He tells you his name is Chesh. That is his name. He tells you that there'll be some formal things that you'll need to be very sensitive to. One, you'll only sit if his lordship sits, and only after his lordship sits. And if he is standing, you are not to sit. You'll be taken into the rear solar. It'll be his own offices. They're semi-formal. So it's perfectly acceptable for you to sit where you'd like. There should be refreshment. You will be expected to treat yourself to those refreshments. There will be no servants in a semi-formal room. Okay. And he goes through a litany of things that will end up being intelligence checks for you to remember the rest of.
Okay.
Okay. It's an intelligence check for you to remember what you told me.
Right now or when the time comes?
When the time comes.
Okay.
That'll be its own XP opportunity. All the stuff this poor goblin dumped into your brain along a 150-yard walk. How much of it do you remember? Incidentally, if any of you were noble background, you would not have to roll.
Well, we're just a bunch of riffraff.
Bunch of riffraff. So, Chesh opens the silver-trimmed doors and ushers you into the grand hallway. The Great Hall is nearly 200 feet long with silver-trimmed buttresses framing it the entire way down like a cathedral. The marble floors are polished and seemingly without any seam at all. Paintings of great lords and ladies watch you as you walk in. And save for Chesh, there are no other individuals in the house that you have seen so far. So he leads you down the hall. Presumably nobody's doing anything weird as you go through the main hall. But stop me if you do. On the far end of the hall, off to the side, there is another more modest door trimmed in silver. And he ushers you into the private suite. He assures you that this is a room that you can be candid and less nervous in. He says a footman will be along to collect what weapons that you are willing to part with, and encourages you all to relax. He's not sure when the Count will be here. His lordship was waiting this morning, left irate after about 30 minutes of no show, but he will go alert him wherever he is as that you've arrived.
Very well, thank you.
All right, so you guys are left in an opulent room. Ingolstadt's private suite is the picture of opulence. The rugs that cover nearly every inch of the floor are worth more than the combined assets of half the eastern barracks and appear to have nary a stitch out of place. A pair of broad sofas in thick and rough leather face each other, while light pours through the stained glass in a myriad of colors. To the side, there is a large sideboard with various bottles and silver trays of food. fresh-cut orchids, and delicate little golden forks. The sideboard is a glossy, polished, exotic wood of deep curling red.
Okay.
Also, Putty's passive perception notices that the actual wood smells like citrus and spices, kind of like cinnamon and oranges.
Ooh, that's nice.
Guys, it smells nice in here.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you see in the Eastern Barracks.
I make a joke. I say I can still only smell Mo.
I'll smell it. This smells like citrus.
It's
And
keep in mind,
sausage.
it's specifically the large wooden sideboard that the wood smells that way.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I expect you to maintain professionalism while you're here, and I give a long, hard stare at Tig. No angry outbursts. This guy has pull that you wouldn't believe.
I have nothing to be angry about right now.
So the servant said
Right
we
now.
can just kind of help ourselves, right?
Within reason, Mo.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll your intelligence. If that's an honest question about whether you can.
That is an honest question.
And let's
Because there would be no servants.
let's-
This is semi-formal.
Is it?
You know what? You think about it for a second and go, yeah, I think he said I could just help myself.
Okay. And there's food spread out?
Oh, there is.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go over and try a little bit of something, see what's over there. Just a light snack.
I feel out of place, so I take a swig from my wineskin.
Yeah, I take a seat on the sofa, kind of facing the door, and I'm uncomfortably waiting for the count to arrive.
I stay standing.
What does Tig do in these situations?
I walk around, just sizing the room up. Overall, are there guards in the room?
No, you are the only ones in the room.
No, nobody else is in the room. Yeah, I'm just overall just sizing the room up, looking around at what I might have tried to steal or caper back in the days. I'm just like, so this is how the other side lives. Just not impressed, more so judging. Just overall, like, interested.
A fairly passive criminal appraisal of what you see in this room.
Yeah.
You could buy, several dozen city blocks with the contents of this room. It's
How many orphanages could I feed for a winter out of this
like
room?
you could feed all the orphanages in the city for a year with this.
That's what I'm kind of thinking to myself.
So
This right here is an office building in Manhattan, and you're used to growing up in Peoria.
So I'm all for the kids and stuff, but more importantly, how much food is there, and is it good?
Oh no, there's entirely too much food.
So too much
It's certainly more than you could finish.
So it would go to waste probably.
Yeah, likely.
Oh, well, we can't have that. So I mean, just to like save the food and save them trouble cleaning up, I just start gently slipping some of the finger sandwiches and things into my pockets. And
I
into
smack
my
Mo on the
breastplate
back of
where I
his
can-
hand.
Are there grapes
There are grapes.
or nuts?
There are nuts as well.
I mentioned to Mo, I pick one up and like look at Mo like I'm gonna toss it, and like open your mouth. Come on, I bet I can hit it. Just like
I go,
as
and I open my mouth.
and I toss one to try to land it in Mo's mouth.
As you throw the grape, the door towards the back of the private suite opens.
Perfect.
A tall middle-aged elf walks in. He's got a finely trimmed beard and an almost barrel-like chest. Apparently, high living has been quite good to him. With a red face, he stands there, blue draping doublet hanging off of him, a delicate silver chain around his neck, a picture of austerity in how he dresses as opposed to the layered opulence surrounding him. He stares down at you with the dismissive and stern visage that you've known your whole life. Somebody that not just has power, but knows they do.
As he comes in, right when the grape gets launched up in the air, I kind of lose my focus, and as he comes in, the grape just kind of like bounces off my forehead and goes to the ground, and I just gently come back down and try to stand like nothing happened. And I figure if I move slow enough, he won't notice what we were doing.
He looks at you.
I look at him.
Fairly in a gruff voice, he says, "Well, go ahead, pick it up."
And I slowly bend over it and pick up the grape.
Eat it. That's what you were trying to do.
and I put it in my mouth, and I know I should be ashamed, but this grape is good. Like, it's one of the better grapes I've had. So I'm really conflicted with shame, but also the joy of eating a delicious grape.
He says, as long as you remember that you're here under my sufferance, and then when I ask you to do something, you do it, we'll get along just fine.
I give him a thumbs up because my mouth's full, and I can't answer.
I respectfully bow toward the Count. And the Count, I apologize for my men, and I apologize for being late. Apparently there was some miscommunication.
I'm quite certain that I don't remember seeing you at any of the table meetings. I'm quite certain I don't remember seeing you at any of the weddings. Why you think that you may speak to me by my title rather than the honorific that I deserve is beyond me. How about you try again?
Hey, Swamp Thing, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you, Swamp Thing.
I don't know the honorific.
I will roll. Technically, it's a history check. I will roll your history check, and I will tell you whether you remember, or possibly tell you if you get it completely wrong. Well, you won't. You won't know.
Lord Count Xavier Ingolstadt the Erect.
Shit.
Let's see here. As far as you know, you have no idea what the hell you're supposed to call him.
Does he look familiar?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
I apologize, Your Majesty. This is not a side of town that we get to experience very often.
Your Majesty.
He blows a sigh out and slumps into the corner of one of the sofas. Exasperatedly, he says, "I didn't realize that your inspector was sending morons. But if morons is what I must traffic in, then morons I must traffic
I raised my
Please
hand.
sit, morons, while I explain what I need from you today."
Never mind.
Is
But
he sitting?
I do raise my hand to speak.
Yes.
Apparently, we were specifically requested morons, just to be clear.
I doubt that.
I kind of laughed to myself and wondered in the chair.
I take a seat across from the Count and just, how can we be of service to you?
He sees Tig chuckling. And he says, "You understand that my business is with the better crust of the people that run and own this city, and those that obey me like dogs. If you can't control yourself, I'll have you dragged out of here and whipped."
I get immediately stern and just give him a very blank stare. A
Now,
motionless blank
Be
stare.
a good dog and sit.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit down too, but I'm gonna grimace as the food that I had been stuffing in my pockets is getting smushed as I sit down.
Ooh. I don't know. I stand and just kind of shake my head a little bit.
Tig. I look at Tig. Tig, have a seat. That's an order.
I don't know how I like being called a dog. I'm a constable of the city. I don't like it.
I sit, but I squeak one out as I'm squatting down to sit. But I keep a straight face, like it was like I didn't think anybody heard it.
Oh god.
I
So
attempt
you
to
should
intimidate and say, if you
no.
request a constable to sit, I'll sit.
I'm gonna. Oh god.
Just sit the fuck
He
down.
looks you up and down, and then looks over at Dunkirk.
There are no guards in this room, right?
Oh no, it's just the five of you.
All right.
And looks over at
Oh, yeah.
Dunkirk and says, "Is this really the best that you can manage? I can solve this problem, or you can solve this problem, but one of them will be far more final and painful."
This is unfortunately what was assigned to me. I stand up and face Tig. Tig, have a seat.
Yes, sir. I sat down immediately when he asked me to, not referencing me as an animal. I want to make it pretty clear.
And I resume my seat.
Ingolstadt sighs. He says, "Finally. Why were you late this morning?"
We were told that you were not expecting us until midday.
"You were told by whom?"
Inspector Laws.
"Is that supposed to mean something to me?"
You asked who I was told by, Count, and that is who I was told by.
Well, it was Colonel Sanders? Laz's superior, who actually, I think...
Oh, wow. I'll roll history to see if you remember that name.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
just
could be
got Colonel...
consequential. Good job. And you do.
What was his name? Colonel...
Schweppes?
It is
Nope.
Colonel Pater
Pater.
Breeden. Briden.
I probably forgot that.
Thank you. Cool. I got you, boss.
I give Mo a wink.
Just drop my phone.
So, yeah, you mentioned the name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
well, I guess he does.
Ingolstadt visibly relaxes for a bit, finally. And he says, Breeden. Well, maybe I mentioned to Breeden. Maybe one of his underlings got them wrong. We'll have that dealt with. I shan't think he'll have his job by tomorrow.
No.
So are you aware of what you're here for? Do I need to bring you up to speed?
We were not giving any specific information, only to meet you here.
All right. So,
I say, boss,
I
were
have-
we supposed to keep some violence quiet or something?
close enough. There have been a number of attacks on some of my properties and holdings, and I want them looked into. Specifically, I want them looked into quietly. I don't want you out there wearing your official garb. I don't want to see any badges. I don't want anyone knowing about this.
Oh, quiet is our specialty, Count.
Good. There is
I kind of laughed to myself at the end of the picture.
Clearly, he doesn't know you that well.
Clearly, does.
There is a wharf, right? There's a shipping warehouse that I have some financial interest in. There was a massacre last night, and then I heard early this morning, early before dawn, that one of my counting houses was hit. I think they're the same people. I think it may be one of my many enemies, and I would like to find out which one so that I can crush them.
If you could give us a map detailing where these locations are, we're happy to look into them. And any specific information about enemies that you might think are more likely to have conducted this attack on you, Count, would be very helpful.
No. I don't think I will share with you whom I think it is. I don't want to bias this. Also, I don't know that you need to know that. Just go wherever the crumbs follow. I think that'd probably be the safer bet. You keep your privacy, I keep mine.
May I whisper into Dunkirk's ear so that I do not address the Count, and I allow Dunkirk to do that?
Yeah.
I kind of whisper to Dunkirk and just tell him that we obviously stand out as people not of this area, and maybe the Count would be willing to outfit us in the attire of the people of this area to help us kind of blend in, and it would help his cause out as well.
I nod toward you. Yes, Count. As you can clearly see, we are not from this side of town. If we're going to be looking through some of your interests here, we could do with some less conspicuous disguises.
You're not looking through my interest here.
Well, I do not know where these interests are.
They are in Wetside. And
Oh, what side?
Do you think that I have a shipping warehouse somewhere, maybe next to my stables? Do you think the park at the end of the block, at the end of the row, is where we all store our fishmongering gear?
My apologies.
First of all, I suggest you get your head clean out of your ass if you're to accomplish this.
I kind of look at Dunkirk and go, "What an idiot!"
I believe the Western District Constables, those I am familiar with, or certainly my people are familiar with, are more than capable of keeping this place safe. No murders happened here. It was all in the other parts of the city, the shit parts of the city. And that is where I
and
choose to
whisper
go.
in
Like a
Puck's ear.
worm in the
What's
dirt.
gonna happen here?
I
Yeah.
want you to crawl through the filth that you live in, except this time for my needs.
We are at your disposal, Count. And I stand up and bow and go to make my way toward the door.
I'll expect reports.
I don't respond.
Are we out of the room with him?
You guys leave the room. There's Chesh at attention in the hall.
I look at Dunkirk and I say, I think it's for the best of the squad that the next meeting with the Count, I sit outside.
I never thought I would agree with you so wholeheartedly, Tig.
And then, what's something close that's somewhat breakable and punchable?
You're in the grand hall again. So aside from paintings on the wall, large, giant, like 8-foot paintings and things like this, it's pretty austere. But you are aware that once you leave out the front door, there's all sorts of, minor nobility and aristocracy and tents and buffets and riding horses. People are out there playing croquet and stuff.
Croquet, there you go.
I walk out and grab a croquet stick out of someone's hand and croquet the fuck out of the ball. And just let out a yell.
Give me an athletics roll.
Okay.
As you guys make your way out, Chess shows you out. And you guys walk down the great stone stairs. You see Tig just kind of take a quick glance, make a beeline for a group of, children, really. I mean, we're talking 11 to 13-year-olds dressed in fine livery. Strolls up, picks up a croquet mallet, and drives for a par 5 kind of situation. One of the balls just laying there clearly in play. And it goes sailing high over the acres and into a tree line to the confusion of the little minor lordlings and ladylings around. It's satisfying.
It was a little satisfying. I dropped the croquet mallet and walked back over to Dunkirk.
It's satisfying because you hear one of the young lordlings whine and is genuinely hurt by this. Whine and feel great frustration and angst over how much time it's going to take for his servant to go find that thing. It just ruins the day.
I just feel a little bit better. Can I actually keep the croquet mallet?
You're welcome to. No one's asking for it back.
I keep the croquet mallet.
Can we also pick up all our weapons and stuff?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just got mine.
So it counts a warhammer?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's probably still just a maul.
Yeah.
It's a croquet mallet.
No.
Probably won't count as an actual maul, but that's okay.
Nothing can beat the Mall of Merc. Oh! Holy
Treated
crap,
as a
those
great
alerts
club.
were nuts. Spooker, thanks for the resub. 5 months in a row, buddy. That's awesome.
Oh, looks like I'm chugging a beer.
That alert went crazy. Okay. Oh. I need to fix that.
So are we back outside of the estate then, I'm assuming?
Yeah. You guys are making your way out of the drive and then out the front gate, standing on the fine streets here at midday.
All right, so I face Mo, and I say, Mo, what are our leads?
Well, let's see. Our leads are, we got the Dreadwarves company in Wetside that we should check out. That is where the massacre took place, correct, Flannel?
There's a massacre at both, apparently.
At both, okay. And Gimbal Counting House in Greywile. Greywile is to the north, Wetside.
Right.
Are there any ferries that we can take from Hightown to Wetside to reduce time, or do we need to go?
There is not. It's all walking.
Okay. So realistically,
carriages.
they both take about the same amount of time to get to, right?
Greywile is the village right outside the gates,
Right.
the northwest of the city, and then Wetside's way over there, docks and four part of town.
Okay.
All right.
So Greywile's up
Well,
here, and Wetside.
I think we should check out the counting house first.
Okay.
All right.
Up at Greywile.
So-
Let's go.
You move out of the scene of Hightown, and I'm going to grant inspiration, specifically Mo,
Thanks.
because he's going for the food. That's working. Dunkirk, who's going toe to toe with Tig, to try to emphasize his ideal of duty. It did move. He kept the patrol on task.
Kind of.
As well as he could have.
Ish.
All right, this is for you, Spooker Guster. Thank you for the sub. You're the best.
Cheers. Thanks, Spooker. You like our names? They're pretty good.
At least one of us put effort into it.
I put effort into mine. I'm Iron Ladle.
You did afterwards.
Look,
What's wrong with Putty Wub Knuckles?
All right, so as you guys make your way north to the west gate to make your way outside the city walls, as you guys pass back through Guilt, I'm going to go ahead and check to see here if there's a random thing that happens, and there is.
Ooh, I love random things.
Let's find out what kind it is.
It's Winnie. She's back.
There we go.
Is it more
Winnie!
communist horses?
I would like a wisdom check, a wisdom save, excuse me, from Tig.
Wisdom save from Tig.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, that doesn't work.
Nailed it.
So while walking through the market square, all of you making your way to the west gate to the north, people are constantly trying to sell you things and stop you. It's midday, and trade has gone long this season, so everyone's out trying to make a dollar. Everyone from selling radishes off of a truck to selling beer by the mug. And you're used to being sort of hassled a little bit, People solicit us for, do you need things sharpened, or would you like to look at our wares? One in particular walks up and attempts very quickly to charm Tig. It's really quite evident as you save out and everyone's standing around. He walks up, it's a little razzle-dazzle, it's a little hand motion, you see the whole business, you feel something warm come over you as he's just messing with you for a second.
Can I just casually shove him to the side? I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can. Give me an athletics. Oh yeah, there's no way that he sort of dodges that shove. You just you really do. You put a hand on him and just shove him out of the way. Wasn't attacking you, but that's a
Yeah.
really
And I'm just like,
aggressive.
stop, man. I don't care.
I'm not.
Just like-
I'm not interested in your multi-level marketing scheme. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, Flannel,
I've got Ferraris in my garage. I read books.
before we get to Greywile, is there a place between here and there that we can change out of guard uniforms?
Sure. Would you like to find yourself a place to shop for like some haberdashery?
I would.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
All right.
Haberdash.
Not difficult. Like you are in the market district of the city. There are a number of places offering cheaper and more expensive clothing, as you see fit.
Am I actually wearing armor at all, or is it just like some hide clothes? I don't know. I don't think I have any armor on, right?
I thought you had hide.
I might have hide. You're right.
We're all wearing the stuff from our City Watch apparel, though.
Yeah, so my hide has insignia on it. Is all I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's your hide is the telltale gray color, with the whites, white slash through it. It's pretty evident what it is.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a different hide.
A different hide.
Yeah, just a different hide.
Hey, Pud,
so,
check your
Stopping
Roll20 messages. Go ahead.
stopping at an armory, selling some secondhand, used hide armor. You're not looking for anything special here. Be willing to sell you from something, crazy used. Would be willing to sell it to you for, 200 silver, or, he'll rent it to you for like 20, but he gets to hold on to yours as collateral.
Okay.
How much is it totally?
200 silver to buy it outright, but only 20 to rent it.
And I've got to leave my insignia armor as collateral.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't work. This is city property. I can't do that.
Good job.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I also think 200 silver pieces is quite a bit for some hide sewn together.
It's used. It's cheap. I should be charging $350.
What? Why would you sell me cheap used hide? I'm confused.
You don't look like a man with a lot of money. I was trying to help you out. Now I don't know if I want to do business with you at all.
I intimidate him and tell him to sell me hide armor at a fair price.
All right. Well, shit. You lean into him and make demands where you normally somebody might be trying to make a deal.
Sounds about right.
That's
Normally people would maybe try to make a deal.
He offers
I'm gonna ask for my deal.
he offers it to you for 150 if you'll please leave.
All right, I give him 150 gold, take my hide, walk out the store. Or 150 silver.
You give him 150 silver.
Yeah.
And you walk right out.
Yeah.
And more or less, unless anybody's looking to do some like hardcore crazy shoppings here, this is pretty easy to just buy what clothes or tunics or robes or cloaks or things like this as needed.
Yeah, Kirkwall is just wearing like a tunic over his chainmail, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want something basic that doesn't identify me as guard.
No, yeah, easy enough. For 10 silver, you can afford a nice drapey cloak, the clasps in the front that just keeps you nice and covered up, or
Deal.
various clothings.
Will that cover a breastplate as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Drop 10 silver.
Yeah.
Are there any just like ponchos that I can wear to cover my stuff?
Yes.
I
Do
would
they have a
like
tunic that would fit
one poncho, please. And if it's like two ponchos that I kind of have to haphazardly hang over myself, I understand.
Drop yourself 10 silver.
Okay.
You have to buy a second seat.
Nice used traveling great cloak.
I like Spooker Ghoster's orc Shrek face. Me want new armor now.
Yep, that's Tig, basically.
And we definitely want used. Like, nobody should be buying any new stuff because new is too obvious.
I think I bought used, right? And he was trying to sell it to me at a ridiculous price. Yeah, I probably still paid too much for it, but I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we spent 10 silver. You
Yeah,
spent
that's what I thought.
You got a great price then. All right, so you guys continue walking on your way out the west gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you approach the west gate, massive structure, you hear a voice calling down from above. Hello!
Hey.
I look up.
Who looks up?
I do, Kirkwall.
Was that Dunkirk?
Yeah, Dunkirk. I said Kirkwall.
Kirkwall.
Yeah, Dunkirk.
Kirkwall Dunbreaker.
Dunkirk looks up, and there is some recognition there. One of the Grey Guard that's on the wall. It's a whole division of the Grey Guard that aren't constables. They're literally just wall guards. Recognizes you. You look up and you recognize him as well. He's a dwarf that you never actually served properly with in your own unit, but you recall him. He was a quartermaster with the first company back in the day. And he's looking down at you. He says, "Hello."
Do I remember his name?
Not at all.
Hail! Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? He calls up some other guys. He says, guys, come on over. We got a patrol coming and going. You guys are going outside the walls?
We are.
Oh, I see. What's with the plain clothes? You can tell they clearly know who y'all are.
I'm afraid we can't discuss that.
We're going out to
those-
get some ingredients
Oh,
for my
ingredients
next
is pretty
meal.
good. You guys want to do some shots before you go?
No, I'm afraid we don't have time for that.
No shots. You don't want to do. You want to hang out just for a bit? Are you on like a schedule? I mean, we'd be happy to have you guys up here.
We appreciate the offer. Maybe on our way back through.
On your way back, I'm gonna take that for real. On your way back, we'll share a bottle. It'll be great. Keep in mind, just a quick warning before you guys walk out there. I saw some regulators wandering around over there Greyghast. I think they're riled up about something. I also saw a lot of smoke. Just watch your back out there. If you need any help, just let us know.
We'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the offer.
Oh no, we're always gonna help out. Got the ground boys coming and going. Got to look out for our own,
I cheers my wine sack and I go, where there's smoke, there's fire, and then I drink some wine out of my wine sack.
And they are like, oh, smoke and fire, yeah. You see them turning up bottles and things like this. It's the cushiest job.
Yeah.
It's the cushiest job in the Greyghast.
Okay.
Awesome.
I look confused because there's a lot of smoke, but it is not 4th and 2/10 bell yet. 420, blaze it.
The wall crew around the city tend to be genial and the most helpful people y'all ever interact with.
Nice.
So do we know? He mentioned regulators. Do we know what those are?
Does anybody know what those are?
Yeah, at our party. Yes.
So, the
History.
villages outside of the actual city are still under the law of the city.
Right.
But for the most part, how they operate is they have their own, call it a mayor or governor, and they have their own, almost like police force, but it's sort of more like a officially sanctioned gang. Regulators are the general term for these unofficial, semi-official privateers of law enforcement outside the city walls.
Do we have authority outside the city walls?
Not really. It's political.
Well, that's
Okay.
fine because we shouldn't really be wielding our city guard authority anyway, right?
No, we should not. I'm just keeping that in mind.
Y'all would be officially, if you were in your official capacity, you would be a lot like the FBI, and they're a lot like the local sheriff's department. Are you technically in charge? Well, that's going to be a fight.
Right. Okay. So before we head out the gate, I gathered the patrol behind me and look at him and say, we have to be on our best behavior right here. We cannot identify ourselves as city guards. And we have to keep our tempers under control, Tig.
On that note, last I checked, city guards ask questions and hit later. So I think we should hit first and ask questions later as to throw them off our scent.
Well, that wouldn't be anything new, would it, Tig?
City guards don't rob banks. So I say we go rob a bank. And then
Yeah.
no one will get us.
Foolproof.
This is the best case that Tig's been on in months.
I like operating at a capacity where people don't need to know we're cops. Uh,
Yeah, this is your forte.
All right. So you guys make your way out to the gates. Massive structures, 70-foot wide path between these two tall towers with several iron gates hanging from a rung and lowered by chains and raised again. As you guys make your way out into past the city gates, it's only 100 yards before the first buildings of Greyghast. Really, the village sprung up around the gate and kind of grew outward. You can see some buildings perilously close to the wall, but once or twice every year or so, officials come by and clear the ditch and the space between buildings and the wall because it's a security hazard. But it's grown up quite a lot. They have their own tiny market. They have their own residences and the like. They are their own thing. And as you guys make your way out, you see people going to and from, and you see a column of smoke dying out, but still happening. Maybe several blocks up, all of maybe a half a mile.
Is it in the general direction of the counting house?
As far as you know, but you're not real sure specifically where that counting house is.
Okay.
It's on the main thoroughfare, though, it appears.
So I say we stay on the main thoroughfare and keep an eye out for the counting house. But
I say we go check out that fire. Someone
we are
might be having a barbecue.
We are not city guard here. That fire does not concern us right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're guards, but I mean, don't you want to help out your fellow man? That's why I signed up for this job in the first place.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna go check out the fire. There's most likely poor, impoverished people over here. I want to see if I can help.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and issue because I got a random thing that happens here. I'm gonna go ahead and issue off a numbering.
Okay.
Tig is going to be 1.
Okay.
Dunkirk is 2. Putty is 3. Mo is 4. I need to find out who gets touched. It is Dunkirk. So as you guys are out and walking up the thoroughfare, like say the jostling of sort of people coming and going, you are aggressively bumped. It's not an oops, excuse me. It's a little bit more of you just got shouldered. And you turn and the lady that bumped you just keeps moving. Says something offensive under her breath.
Do I see and/or hear this?
Oh yeah, everybody sees it.
Am I waiting on my turn order?
I keep my comments to myself. My mind is on the goal.
Okay. She keeps walking.
I can't. Can I grab her by her shoulder, seeing that she just did that to my commanding officer?
Yeah, you're happy to.
I reach out and grab her and say, "What did you say?"
Go ahead and do an athletics roll. You're looking at a DC of 14.
Can I do something to kind of grab his hand as I see it going out to grab her?
I will give you a dex save, and if it beats his athletics check, I'll say that you can grab his arm before he does it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see that athletics.
I did it, but for some reason,
But for some reason, it was 14 and a half.
refresh roll 20. Hang on. I think the 3D dice that I enabled.
Did my dice show up?
No, but that's fine.
Oh, weird.
I'm getting it right now. Sorry, my roll 20 was being weird. Well. Oh wait, I can click and drag to roll the dice. Okay, there we go.
Here we go. That's pretty aggressive.
Oh, okay, there we
So
go.
Putty goes to stop Tig, but he's just too fast and a little bit too aggressive as he slams a hand on this lady's shoulder. And you've got her. What do you do?
I spin around and say, "What did you say?"
She turns and slaps you right across the face. Unhand me!
What does she look like?
Slaps you again. She looks like an older woman, 48, 49, strands of silver lacing through what's a mousy brown hair.
I slap her back, non-lethal damage.
Oh my gosh!
Damn it.
I try to intervene.
I
I'm
said
like,
non-lethal damage. I'm on a hair trigger, okay?
Give me-
She hit
give me-
twice. That's
give
2
me
times
the-
more than most people do.
Let's see here. So you so you've got you haven't picked up Tavern Brawl or anything, have you?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
So you're just doing your strength. What's your strength?
My strength is 18.
So 4.
Yes.
That'd be the damage. Strength modifier damage.
Yeah.
No, she's out. You slap her and she's clean, unconscious.
I go, what the
Into the
fuck,
mud.
Tig?
And I say that's 2 times more than most people have hit me in their lifetime. And can I just put her over my shoulder and keep going about our business?
You carry her with you?
Yeah, like I'm gonna wait for her to wake up. I'm just gonna
I'm
toss her
gonna-
over my shoulder.
No. Mm-mm.
I feel like comfortable. I would go in a different. I'm gonna stay like 50 feet away. Just like,
Yeah,
Is
Tig-
there a water trough nearby?
No, Tig,
Are you
you were
gonna kill
going to
her?
take her.
No, I'm not gonna kill her. I'm gonna wake her up.
Tig, you were going to take her to the inn. And
I'm
rent
gonna
a room
splash
for
some
her.
water on her face. Set her down and splash some water on her face.
She groggily lays there and kind of groans.
And I shake her a little bit, lightly.
She's still groaning. She's conscious. She's just addled and not particularly responsive. But she just got her clock clean.
Can I search her for?
No, I don't have to. Yeah, why did you bump into him and say something under your breath?
She's mostly incoherent.
Tig, let it go. We have a job to do.
All right, I grab Tig and I start walking back towards the group.
I say this is all conspiracy. Yeah.
You notice over your shoulders some of the other passersby and folks on the street kind of lean over and start talking to her. After a couple of seconds, you notice they start, like one pushes her over and takes stuff out of her pocket. And they kind of just roll her.
Tig,
Great job, Tig.
I usher Tig away from the scene and back down the main thoroughfare. Tig, we cannot draw attention to ourselves while we're out here.
So much
We're
for
trying
help.
not to look like cops. You think a cop would have just slapped the shit out of a woman? I don't think so.
We're trying not to look like bandits either.
As you say that, you hear.
Oh, shit.
You hear.
I'm so sorry.
You hear somebody
No, you're not.
say, "Well, it's a little late for that."
Who said that?
It's too late to apologize.
Who said that? I'm ready. Let's do it.
Across the main thoroughfare, which is quite muddy, you see 3 guys standing there.
Yay.
Red bandanas around their foreheads and like leather thongs around their biceps.
Ooh, thongs.
They look like a combination of Rambo First Blood Stallone and like Roadhouse Patrick Swayze.
They're gonna rip your throat out, Tig.
They're various sizes and shapes, but they all, bear the marks of people that clearly don't have a lot of money. Several of them carry clubs. One of them doesn't seem to carry anything, and he stands out front boldly. His shirt seemingly purposely opened large enough so that you can see some chest hair. You've attracted plenty of attention as it is, chump.
I kind of look back at the
at
group
me?
and I kind of look back at the group and say, "Well, looks like we have some real badasses over here, guys."
Is he looking at me?
He's looking at y'all. I mean,
I say, let's do it.
I don't
Why are you
think
standing so far away? Is what I say to him.
I advise them. That it wouldn't be wise to get in our way.
Can I do history to see if they are the guard you're talking
Excellent.
about? Or they look like
Let me go ahead.
like
Let me go ahead and
common
check that.
thugs?
I shall check that for you. It appears they have the distinctive visual traits of regulators.
Mount up.
So before we start this fight, you guys know these are regulators, right?
Regulators are a little more than common thugs, Mo.
Yeah, but I
if
mean,
they want to fight, there's not gonna be much we can do to avoid it.
right? But I mean, we knocked out one of their citizens. I mean,
hear the
we
one-
are they really the bad guys here?
The one out front says, "You better watch it with that regulator shit."
Listen, I mean,
What?
if you want to beat the shit out of the guy who slapped the woman, I mean, go ahead. But we got places to go.
I look at the 3 of them and I say, yeah, let's do it.
Sensing the tension, I take the backpack off my back and I say, "Look, I think we're all just a little stressed out here. I've brought snacks. Why don't we just sit down, have a meal, maybe discuss our feelings?"
Listen, you're welcome to get on the good side of this.
I'm
But
going to start walking towards them.
I'm offended by your citified slang for what we're supposed to be regulators. It sounds some citified bullshit. Not out here in the wild.
I'm going to
Yeah.
start walking.
Do I recognize any of them from?
Our name are the Cobra Slashers.
Do I recognize any of them from the underground fights or?
You do not.
No.
I refrain to hold
this
back
is
a
just
chuckle because Cobra Slashers
These are just some
is
shitty
hilarious.
thugs, boys. Let's do it. And I start walking towards them.
Listen,
Can I start
we
walking
I,
towards
I
them?
think
don't
you're
know
in
if
an
I'm
initiative situation.
we are chartered to beat you basically to death if we want. You don't want to get involved in this. You don't have the skills.
I say I want to get involved in this.
I grab Tig by the shoulder and kind of move him behind me and say, "What do you guys want from us?"
Well, to start off with, I want to know who you are because you're not local.
We're from the city.
I
Tig, shut your mouth.
mumble in the back of Dunker's ear, like, you can't fucking be serious. Just let me go hit him. 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 Just let me go
Stay
hit
where
him.
the fuck you
Just
are.
let me go. I'm gonna start going to go hit them.
Shut the fuck up on Tig.
The lead guy looks at Tig because that's, of course, what he would do. And he says, looks like your mommy won't let you come and play.
Oh, fuck that.
can I do-
I'm charging. Can I charge?
No.
What's initiative?
Knowledge history. Is there like a cuisine that's
It
like
is-
popular for this area?
It is D&D, which is improv. And the rule number 1 of improv is yes and. So, Tig just started combat.
Yeah, I am starting combat.
Anyone else will get a whole turn to deal with whatever you want to say. But right now, we're going to go to combat. So, we already have a combat order because we're using passive initiative. Mo, Dunkirk, Tig, and then Putty. These guys are going to end up going right before Tig. And Tig, because he's deciding to launch himself into it, you get to go on the first round. The other 3 are kind of flat-footed, trying to do other things. They'll get a turn in the next round. So Tig gets to go.
Okay, so what's my movement again? Yeah, I gotta see how far away are they. They're 65 feet away. Why are they staying so far away? Throwing slang, man. They need to be men. I can move 30 feet, right, without charging?
It is 30. You could use an action to dash for another 30, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move 30. Which is here, I think, right? Yes. And then I'm going to throw the croquet mallet at this guy.
I would say that is a disadvantaged throw
Worth
That's
it.
fine.
because it's not really designed for this.
You have
Yeah,
inspiration,
that's fine.
Tig.
That's fine. Acrobatics or athletics to throw the croquet mallet?
No,
or
it's
what
just
is
an
it?
attack, I think.
Yeah,
An
it's
attack.
an attack.
I don't have a ranged attack.
It's a
built into
dex.
this.
It's a dex-based attack. So,
Okay, yeah, okay. I got you.
and
And you said disadvantage?
you're disadvantaged, and there's no proficiency bonus. So, looks like that's exactly the right roll. So 16, which I actually think hits this guy.
Nice.
At least just a completely, let's be perfectly clear, a completely inelegant, weapon to be tossing.
Yeah, it's croquet mallet.
But
It's so good.
Tim seems to put like much of the rage and angst of the last 3 hours.
Yeah, like it was gonna happen. Like you couldn't stop this one.
Put it right into. He puts it right into the toss, and he hits. And go ahead and give me a D6 in damage, or excuse me, a D4. Technically, well, no, a D6 would make sense.
Oh, nice.
Connect with his nose, and you hear the satisfying sound of it break. All right, now we go to regular initiative. Starting off the chain is Mo.
All right. I'm going to. How far is this? 30. Okay, I'm gonna move up here next to Tig to try and intercept, and I'm gonna use my action, and I'm gonna be like, "Whoa! I think this is a big misunderstanding. I got ramen. You guys like ramen?" To try and persuade them. Actually, no. History. Is there any special cuisine to this area?
Is there any special cuisine to this area?
Like that they're known
no.
for?
Well, I mean, you're welcome to use your action to figure that out if you want.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that what
why
you-
I want to use my action for that. I do not want to attack.
I
Okay.
think somebody moved the wrong token because Sean's
Look.
character got moved up.
Oh, Sean, sorry.
Not that you're aware of.
Okay, well then I stick with the ramen thing. To try and persuade them to like, if you just don't do this, I'm gonna feed you ramen.
Good job. You really selling that.
Ignore the
I
broken nose.
I just broke a cocaine mallet off the phone.
Look, I'm like last last-ditch effort is to fight. I'm not quick to a fight.
All right, continuing on. Dunkirk's go.
All right. I'm going to approach.
As you come racing up the muddy thoroughfare. It's not difficult terrain yet.
All right. Yeah, I position myself beside Tig. And I spend my action just actually, you know what? Yeah, reprimanding you. Yeah. I spend my action reprimanding you. Say this is what happens when we go out, isn't it? This is what always happens.
And I say, but did you see that throw?
That was a good throw.
A nice throw.
It's their go, and the leader guy takes 2 steps back, holding his nose and blowing snotty blood out of it.
Oh no.
This one moves off to the side a little bit, and this one circles around as well. They lay in wait, so they are holding their action in order to lay some beat down should something get in range. Clubs come out, and a sinister smile crosses their faces. Tig's go.
Is there any way I can do a perception to see if there's more than 3 of them? Like windows, anything like that? Do I notice anything weird?
Well, your passive perception is always up, so if there was something to see, I would tell you. If you want to investigate and scrutinize around you, you can use your action for that if you really want.
Nah, I'm good. Can I charge that boy?
You gotta measure from your guy.
That's not your token.
You can charge. You can make it to right there.
Okay.
He's the only one in
Hey,
reach.
boy.
Oh no.
You're getting mauled.
Getting mauled.
Mall of America. Mall of America.
You unfurl your maul and strike it. Jesus. As you hit him upside the head and then bounce his head off the back wall behind him. His eyes are dazzled by the force of the blow.
Maybe not kill the guys.
Buddy, it's your go.
All right. The guy who has the busted up nose, was that the center one right here?
Yes.
All right. I hop up onto here and I loose an arrow at him.
Oh no.
Oh, you fire at this guy.
The center dude.
The one Tig is fighting.
No, the one I hit with the croquet mallet.
The one that he hit with the croquet mallet.
Okay.
I think Count Eaglestott is picked well when he went at a group that was quiet and didn't make much of a fuss when
Not as good. As you fire an arrow off and it goes wide, he looks at you disdainfully and flexes pecs at you.
Ooh, kinky.
Oh,
I
like
laugh.
you.
It is Mo's go.
The nose goes.
All right.
Goes.
So I am going to. Actually, I'm going to delete this. All right. I am going to resign to my fate of yet again getting into combat with the shenanigans. Why can't? Okay, there we go. How far is this? Boop. Boop. All right. I'm gonna go up here and stand next to this guy.
Mm-hmm. You rush up alongside Tig, catching his back, I guess.
Yes, and I'm going to. I can't get any closer. Dang it. And I'm gonna be like, Tig, what are you doing? And I'm just gonna stand next to him.
Nice.
That's the best. I can
It
do.
is Dunkirk's go.
All right. Let's see. I can't reach these 2, but I can reach that one. So yeah, I follow the other 3 up there to the one who just got frazzled and stay next to Tig. And I want to attack, but I want to attack using non-lethal damage.
Well, how that is that you'll roll to attack. If it's the case that something you hit drops below 0 to die, at that point you can say,
Okay.
I'm only knocking them.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to attack.
For no great effect as you swing wide. And disdainfully you hear somebody say that you really haven't studied the blade nearly enough.
Clearly.
Oh man.
All right, my go, finally. Racing from around the corner. And dashes in. A regulator comes rolling around the building. One, and Tig was wise to suggest this, but their rudimentary stealth was still considerably better than anyone's passive perception. As they start coming out of the woodwork.
I knew.
Good job.
I knew that they were like holding back for a reason. Like I wasn't dumb. I've been in fights before.
He wasn't
pretty
dumb.
dumb.
He was unconcerned.
There was woodwork around us? Psh, we should have known.
Coming out of the woodwork.
God damn it.
All right, looks like you guys might want to try some, actual fighting now.
Looks like you guys might as well try pulling your own weight. Come on, we gotta start sometime. All right, so beginning some attacks. These ones up here aren't carrying any range or anything. They're going to be climbing down probably next turn. This one dashed in, so we got nothing there. This one shall also dash in. No attacks there, but here's where the magic happens. I'm going to go clockwise. So, first one on Tig. I get to make 2 melee attacks.
First one,
Attack number
protect. I'm using imposing disadvantage on his attack.
Okay, man, I'll disadvantage that roll. And I fail miserably. The second attack, however, we swing at Tig.
Nope.
Also misses. Then we go with the one next to it that got clocked in the head super hard. They are going to attack.
Disadvantage.
Nope.
8 protect.
From
Wait.
Dunkirk?
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
for me.
Dunkirk, you can't protect yourself.
I'm not. I'm taking
I thought
some
he was
attack.
attacking Tig. My
I
bad.
was attacking Tig. So that will be a miss. That 5 is the additional roll for me. So he misses entirely on his first swing. His second swing, however, on Tig, 17. Tig's AC is I think 18. So no, it's 17. That is a hit for 3 bludgeoning damage as he smacks you across the head with a club. The 2 that came running around decide they're going to start smacking on Dunkirk, the guy with the sword, and doesn't know how to use the sword. And so they make the first of their essentially 4 attacks. Attack number 1 hits for 5 bludgeoning. Attack number 2 hits for, doesn't hit. 3 and 4.
Okay.
Looks like you take another 5. So you're taking 10 as the smacks keep coming.
Is
And
that
there-
on?
Is over.
That's me.
Okay.
It is Tig's go.
All right. I use my bonus action to go into a frenzied rage, seeing them strike my commander.
Frenzy rage.
Who's the guy I already hit once?
I'm actually going to say the last one to take his strike and successfully hits Dunkirk upside the head. Pulls his vest open boldly, where he is. Keep in mind it's been chilly and cold, right? It's a chilly late fall autumn day, and he is smooth and well oiled, as though he was waiting for this moment probably all day. He screams "Kya!" Now it's Tig's go.
I'm in a frenzied rage. Which one just yelled "Kia"?
At a frenzied.
This one down here.
As a free action, I'm gonna look at him and go, "So you're ready for it?" And I'm gonna hit him twice.
Oh, God.
That is
Alright,
the first
one.
attack.
I believe that is a hit. It is a hit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, these guys are shirt. I didn't describe armor because they're not wearing any.
Good. Jake, change your color to yellow.
14.
Damn.
He staggers backward and takes a very wide stance as he's about to maybe attempt a roundhouse or something. Go.
I don't know how to change my color.
Don't worry about it. Just go. Just go. Don't worry about it.
Shit.
Swing and miss entirely. You're done. Putty, you get to go.
All right, I am going to hop out here Oh wait, that's gonna be attack of opportunity, isn't it?
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
couple of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out right here, sandwiched.
You
The way I
can
like
you
it.
can you can as notions just in case you're to make sure you're familiar with your options. You could disengage, and that would allow you to run away a little bit. You can go defensive and make all attacks disadvantaged against you if you wanted. You could scream for help.
I'm gonna scream for help, and then I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me with my short sword.
So keep in mind, you get one draw or stow action with your turn, right?
Okay.
So you got your short bow in hand because you fired it.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me in the face.
I'm gonna lay this out here, right? So, because as the ranged guy, this is something you probably should know, but more so than most. You couldn't draw your melee weapon. You absolutely can. You just need to free up your hands. It is not a stow or draw to drop something. You could drop your bow and pull out a melee weapon and use it. That's only one draw. The risk here being, of course, you'd have to pick up your bow if you ever need to use it.
I'm actually just gonna shoot the guy in front of me in the face. Then.
So that is disadvantage because you're right next to each other.
Okay. Sweet.
That is a hit, amazingly. For 58. All right.
Take
That's
it.
Putty's go. It's Mo's go.
All right.
The Mo goes.
I am going to. The guy in front of me, he's looking bloodied or no?
The guy in front of you looks like he's a little bloody. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use my shield to try and shove him in front of me to prone with my bonus action.
You succeed in that because he's not a giant draft horse this time.
Yep. All right.
As you
Cool.
shield him in the face, and he hits the mud, looking up at you.
Nice. And then I'm going to use one of my what are they called? Superiority dice to do a maneuvering attack. To add 2 damage, and then also move. I'm gonna pick up Dunkirk and kind of throw him on the other side of this guy.
Hold
with
on.
my-
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, move an ally of Avalon.
Yeah. So that we're flanking, and also he's away from those guys who are pounding on him.
Sure. Keep in mind, you'll spend your superiority die when you make an attack.
Well, yeah, that's my attack as well. I just did the superiority die with my attack.
Well, keep in mind, if you missed your attack, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, right. So I'll move him back. So 14 with
So
my
you do-
warhammer.
So you'll do 7 damage,
Okay.
and then you'll move Dunkirk.
Okay. Cool. And that's my turn.
Position him out of the way. And it is Dunkirk's go.
All right. So this guy that got knocked down, he's looking pretty bad.
He's beat up a little bit, and he's laying there in the mud.
So he's at disadvantage then, right?
If you are prone, all attacks are advantaged to hit you, and you are disadvantaged to hit others,
Okay.
unless it's range.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack him and attempt to finish him off. Fuck.
Keep in mind, you're advantaged.
Oh yeah, let me do it again. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot to do that.
It'll be the first damage, but you roll.
Yeah. That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, as you manage to completely miss while he's laying there so helpless. He
I'm the worst.
chuckles a bit like Biff from Back to the Future, and calls
No
you
wonder
a butthead.
No wonder the army got fucking rid of me. I'm
And
Get out.
and calls you a butthead.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. It's their go. He's going to stand right up and roundhouse kick you in the face.
Is it an attack for opportunity for him to stand up?
No.
Okay.
15, however, misses as he spins around to smack you again with his flourishing Bruce Lee-like moves for 5 bludgeoning. Crack. You have taken, I think, 15 at this point. And he chuckles haughtily and says, maybe you should get on the ground. At which point, this one next to you goes, that's a great idea. Give me a athletics or acrobatics check as he attempts to shove you to the ground.
AD and Bree, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
You go sprawling into the mud.
Great.
Is it
At which point,
D and
this
Bree?
thing goes,
That's a D&D pun name.
hell yeah. Rushes over and decides to grab you while you're down there. So give me another athletics or acrobatics opposed. And hold on, actually, before we get there, well, we'll get
Oh,
there.
sorry. Already rolled.
No, your check will stand. He ran from Tig. Tig gets an opportunity attack.
Yes, please. Do I get 2 attacks or just 1?
Both are running, so you get 2 separate attacks.
Oh, girl.
Well, excuse me, you only get 1 attack per round, so you only get to smack one of them.
Okay.
You're smacking the first one or the second?
Well, he's frenzy rage, right? So he gets 2.
Yeah, I'm frenzied.
doesn't he?
Oh,
Every time I swing, I get an extra attack. I guess I can. Let me double check. You can go to frenzy when you rage. If you use duration, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of
yeah.
your turns.
This is not a bonus action.
Okay. All right.
So is it the first one or the second?
It was the one I just rolled the 12 to hit.
Yeah, but
Oh.
so was the first guy running or the second guy running?
Which one was lower damage, or could I tell?
You have no idea.
Okay, the first guy.
He had the lower damage. So, all right. So, dude is going to your 20 stands, and he is getting help to give him a +5 from his friend. So you are grappled and prone on the ground.
I am?
Nope, Dunkirk is.
Okay.
He got shoved to the ground, and then he got grappled on the ground. Grapple gives you the condition of your movement becomes 0. Shoving makes you prone. So you can't stand up because you have no movement. Until you start shrugging dudes off as they dogpile onto you. This one up here on the high on the roof here wriggles his way down and rushes over to then beat the tar out of Dunkirk. But he has to dash that last 5, so he doesn't get to swing yet. Although they'll all get to swing next round. They'll all get to swing next round. So they'll all be swinging twice at advantage to beat him into mud paste. Though we'll go over here on Putty. This one wiggles his way. Actually, which one do we want to do? You know what? Highs, he's going to join his friends with Putty. Lows, he's going to go join the curb stomping that's about to happen over there.
Either way, I'm dead.
It's like a lot of fun. So, highs, he's on Putty, and lows, he is not. It is lows. He's rushing over, so he'll dash in as well. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be
Yeah, it is.
so bad. It's going to be
really
terrible.
excited.
Hope the three of you are having a good time over there.
As
Well,
we take swings.
One of us is not.
Putty, that's a miss as he takes a swing at you.
Too bad.
The other one takes a swing and also misses.
Oh gosh, that sucks.
Here we go. Misses as well because you're, I think, at 17 or 8. What's your AC? 16 or 17?
Let me double check. Sorry, 16.
16. So that is 1 hit for 6 bludgeoning.
Okay, I will take care of that.
That's 1 out of 4. You did pretty well.
Yeah,
You
you
won't
won't
do
take it.
so well in a second, but that's okay.
Take it.
They're done. Tig, you get to go, and you can see Dunkirk on the ground, covered in mud, surrounded by, I mean, what can only be called just assholes.
You said it's my turn? I'm going to
Yes,
move right here. Instead of attack of opportunity, do a 5-foot step over there.
You're
Can you guys
fine.
hear me? Oh, I'm fine?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to do a reckless attack, which opens me up. It gives me advantage on all my attacks this turn, but they will have advantage on me on their attacks.
Correct.
Okay.
A pretty good move, given that they're all focused on not whipping you up right now.
Yeah, and so this guy right here, the top one,
This one here?
yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to swing for the fences on him.
Vantage swing. More than enough as you connect, and some teeth go skittering. He wavers as he stands there, barely able to hold his balance.
He's not dead. And he's going to get it one more time then.
Wham! And I have to ask, because you drop him below 0, are you going to pull that shot to knock him out?
Were they going to most likely kill Dunkirk?
No idea.
I kill him.
God
damn it.
Fucking shit.
Wham! As it's a sickening crunch as his, C3 vertebrae gets shattered, and his head lolls to the side, mouth agape, like something out of The Ring.
I
Now,
have a
keep in
question.
mind, you are
When you're raging, can you pull your punches?
Yes.
Okay. just curious.
You are frenzied. I believe with the bonus action, you can make a third attack.
Okay. Just scared here.
Mm-hmm. With your bonus action. More than enough to connect as you whomp on him bad. Are you pulling that one?
No.
As he sickening crunch as you flatten the front of his head. Like
Can I yell to fight me to the other 4?
It's to no effect because you don't have an action to use with that.
Yeah.
But yes, you can scream it. Tiggs is done. Putty, you get to go.
All right. So I don't have the thing added to my the colossal thing added to my sheet yet. But am I able to roll a d8 if I attack the guy that already has
Yes.
damage? Okay, then I'm gonna
8 of damage. You are disadvantaged to hit him because he's next to you.
drop my short bow and I'm gonna hit him with my short sword.
You drop your bow and pull your sword and decide to get slashy. You are not disadvantaged. You got to cut up some losers. That's a hit. You do 7 with an additional d8. 15.
Awesome.
15 damage as you start carving him up. Your turn is over. Next, we have Mo.
All right. I'm
Come on, food boy.
gonna say, I'm gonna get real mad.
Real mad at me or real mad at them?
All 4 of them are piled on Dunkirk, correct?
Yes, Jake.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I am gonna get real mad and yell, "Get off my friend!" And I'm gonna use my pushing attack. Let me go ahead and do my Warhammer as well.
On who?
This guy right here.
Okay. It fails.
But oh yeah, and I can't retroactively use inspiration, can I?
No.
All right. Well, I yell, "Get off my friend!"
Hold on a second. Oh, let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. So, so you swung, you missed, you spend a superiority die to add 8 to your attack, so you do hit for 8.
Oh, it's 8
and then,
damage
then
to my
he is-
attack, not to my attack. It adds damage.
yeah, okay, gotcha. So yeah, nothing.
Yep.
Get off them! And they're like, whatever, man.
Oh.
Whatever.
I just, and then can I
God,
also
Jake, that's so
move
loud.
up here like
Man,
this?
man can't stand, man can't fight.
There we go. I move 5 feet in towards
All
Dunkirk.
right, Dunkirk, it's your go.
All right, I'm still prone, and I'm
I'm
still
prone
grappled, right?
And grab.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes, because it doesn't do anything else to you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Bane. On these 3 on this. So 1, 2, 3.
I'm assuming that's the one to the left and the 2 below.
No, the 2 to the the 2
The
to
right.
the right and the 1 below.
Okay, and you're going to cast Bane on them.
Yes.
So they must make their charisma saves. All right, they're going to make a collective charisma save. So this is going to be all or nothing. Here we go. Are they all going to fail? They all going to succeed? What's the DC I'm looking for?
I'm looking. The target roll. Sorry. Where's it at?
You are looking for
8 plus proficiency plus, I believe, your charisma modifier.
So his charisma
Yeah.
is 2 and his proficiency is 2. So 4.
So 12.
Yeah.
DC 12.
Oh.
Ooh.
They shrug it off. Well, that was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
What else you doing? Anything?
Is there anything I can do to get ungrappled?
Kicking in the mud while laying on your back like a turtle?
Pretty much.
Like a toddler throwing a tantrum, but more dignified?
Yeah, kind of.
Dunkirk is done, and they get to go. Oh, God, this is the best part. As they start I mean, they're John Henry working on the railroad.
Can I do defense or protect while he's grappled?
You can do one, yeah.
Yeah. One.
So that guy get to roll normal for his first strike.
Yeah.
So they're still not at all
I didn't do
phased the
anything.
fact that I just still killed two of the group that was going to stomp and yell at us.
Oh no, they're curb stomping over here.
Man, I was really trying, Riley. I don't know how I didn't pull. I have no idea how I haven't pulled threat yet. Why they're attacking you?
You can use,
if you hadn't gotten
use an action to do so, but short of that, they're going to operate independently. So 26, 6 bludgeoning. Crack.
Not doing too good, guys.
Second attack gets to be advantage from the same fellow. We work clockwise just so you can kind of know where this is coming. Oh, sweet misses on an advantage. That's rare. We go to number 2, whose first strike is advantaged. And that's a 7.
I'm unconscious.
All right, they are not killing you. You are out like a light. Just sleeping the night away. That guy, that's his first attack, I believe. So his second attack, he's going to step up and he's going to club Tig across the face.
It's at advantage.
Oh, it's so good. God.
I'm seeing you.
Not only does he hit Tig for 8, which I believe because you're frenzied, you actually only take 4 of.
Yeah.
Because it's normal damage. You only take 4. It just barely does anything to you. It just goes glancing off of one of your abs. One of them. But he strikes you. He strikes you, and he I don't know. He tells the other guy to sweep the leg or something. And so the other guy rushes in. And Mo, you're going to get an opportunity attack because they're not organized. That's kind of their problem. As he runs right past you.
24. With 7 for bludgeoning.
Oh, Christ. 7 for bludgeoning as you go cracking him across the back as he starts running around you because he wants to get in pace because he just got to sweep the leg. So he's going to sweep the leg. He's going to shove or attempt to shove Tig to the ground. The odds are admittedly low. So Tig, give me an athletics or an acrobatics check. You are looking for 16.
You should get advantage on athletics since you're raging, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you resist very well. The other one, realizing that failure, is going to go ahead and take his swings at you. It's no good.
Like we used kicking a tree stump.
For 12, which does nothing, and his second attack, even advantage, is likely to do not much as well. But he's going to do that second attack. Just one crit is all I ask. And no, nothing. They're just weakly beating the dust out of a lazy rug. It's not doing anything. However, Putty gets to probably die. Because he's a little more fragile.
Put him out of his misery.
Actually, it's first value. It's not supposed to be advantage, so 7. But his second attack, they're just ganging up on him down there. For 8 bludgeoning.
8. So I have 3 left?
So far,
Oh, no.
4 left.
That's supposed to tell us.
I have 4.
misses, and his second attack. Oh, are we conscious or not? Yes, we are.
Oh, shit, yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's
we are.
hanging on. Like he's catching him, bats to the face left and then right and then left again. But you know what? He ain't heard a bell yet.
That's right.
Moving on, done. Going Tig for his vengeance.
Can I look over at Mo and say, "Go help Pud"? I got this. And then I am going to do more reckless attacks. I get to use that multiple times. Can I use that multiple times?
Reckless attack, I believe you can do anytime.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to reckless attack this turn. And the first one is going to be on...
Yeah, you can do it every time.
This guy right here.
Okay. Recklessly attacking him. You hit, and indeed for 7.
Okay.
It should get added +2, right? Since he's raging.
Plus
Is
2.
that
I don't think it changed because I don't know if there's a way to mark raging my character sheet. So yeah, I guess it is 9 technically. Right?
That's what it was for my barbarian. And
Yeah, it's +2 by default. I think always.
Yeah, you get the rage damage. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a fist on you so we know you're raging.
Yeah.
Okay.
that'd be helpful.
All right. I'm gonna swing on him again.
I think he has 7 rounds left.
Yep. Yeah, you hit another 10 as you crack against his side. You can hear ribs shattering underneath their like dyed black kimono-like shirts.
All right. I haven't used a move action, have I?
You have not.
Does it intimidate count as a move action, or is that a full action, or like a?
It's an action. You get an action. You get a movement.
Okay, that's fine.
Intimidate's not move, Jake.
All right, that's fine.
However, if you want to, you can use your movement to play an instrument. I'm kidding. Of course, you can't do that. You get an action. You get a bonus action though, because you have frenzied rage.
Oh, okay. So I get one more attack, and we're gonna kill that guy.
You think you're going to kill that guy. Actually, so you kill that guy. Tig's gone, and he's done its putty's go.
All right, I spit blood from my face in the face of the guy in front of me, and I hit him with my short sword.
Remember, you have spells like Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on that for.
Keep
All right, fuck. I'll still spit blood in his face, and then I'll cure my wounds.
You get a good cure off, and you.
Oh, jeez.
Wow,
Guys, I roll some hard shit.
You've got some negative.
I hear you, buddy.
That
I
is.
like how you guys were talking about common courtesy for a barbarian to knock people out when they first meet.
I was better off hitting that guy with my fucking sword.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Too late.
Wow, negative wisdom sucks. All right, continuing on. It is Mo's go.
All right. Seeing my most trusted friend, boss, I'm not sure really where we stand, being knocked out and beaten to a bloody pulp, I just go, why does it always come to this? And I take my shield and I shove this guy right in front of me.
Yep.
With a 10 athletics.
That does not succeed.
That's fine. I use my action surge to do 2 attacks this turn. And I'm going to use my Warhammer for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Do you pull it or not?
I pull it. I don't kill people.
They're gonna kill us.
He's unconscious.
He's out.
No, they knocked me out, Jake. They didn't kill me.
And then I'm going to move up.
That was their
And I
mistake.
still get
That was
another
their-
action, right? Because I have my action surge.
You do. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to use a Warhammer, but I'm going to use one of my dice to do a pushing attack.
right,
a
so-
20 for Warhammer. So 15 damage, and I want to push him back 15 feet and say, "Get away from us!"
Hold on.
Okay.
We gotta break up these chains a little bit more so we can have context. First of all,
Oh,
I have
sorry.
no idea who you're speaking at.
Oh, sorry, this guy.
That guy, check. 20 hits does 9 damage. On top of that, you spend your superiority die to add 6.
Yep.
Right? So that's 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on there, and then you shove him back 15 feet. He bounces into the wall, which I'll say is a lot like a very weak form of falling. Getting knocked into things. So he'll take an additional D4.
Ooh, that's
He takes 4 as he goes bouncing off that back wall as you're screaming,
Get away from us! Like tears are kind of starting to stream from my face because I can't believe it's come to this yet again. Yeah, we could have had Robin.
Dunkirk, your go on the floor is unconscious, and no one's helping that. So, my go. This one looks at you, and he takes off his vest.
Uh-oh.
And he flexes, and he shows you like his tribal tattoo that he's got. Just look at the fucking gun show, you fucker.
Adding some humor to the situation.
And then he races in and takes a swing at you.
Uh-oh.
Bam! For 9 bludgeoning. And then with the backswing, takes another swing at you for another 8.
God.
Ouch.
Wham!
Who was that to?
Bam!
All right, to me.
It's on Mo.
You. To big old happy Mo.
I'm bleeding.
And then this guy over here says, that's right, that's what you get when you mess with the Cobras. And he swings
Oh,
at
shit.
Sensing the opportunity, he also swings at Mo.
Oh, no.
And
That
then
He
makes
swings at Mo. Does he have to swing across me? That's an attack for opportunity.
a second
No.
swing at Mo.
Ha!
Missed both times. And then decides to run. So there will be opportunity attacks from the both of you.
Yes.
But I will.
Yes.
I'll keep this fair, because Mo could make an opportunity attack on him. This guy also runs, so you'll have to pick.
Ooh, I'm gonna attack the one who just elbowed me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Teach him a lesson.
As he stumbles and falls unconscious face first into the muck. This one, however, Tig, you'll get your swing.
Okay. Am I still recklessly attacking even on this since it's still
Oh,
part of
yes. Not your turn yet. It's still on. Which is...
Jesus.
Holy shit.
If I have the option, I would have killed him.
He dies. He takes a step away before Tig folds his back in half.
22 damage on a 26 roll. Yeah. I'll do it.
These guys down here, sensing the change in fate, decide to haul ass. So, Putty will get an attack of opportunity on whichever one you like, the one above or the one below.
I'll take it on the one above. You want my roll?
I do.
All right, I'll give that to you.
No, we don't want your roll.
They are gone, baby, gone. Or at least trying to be gone, baby, gone. All right, that's their whole go. It is Tig's go.
Tiggy.
So the other two are unconscious on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Can I attempt to restrain one?
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah, manacles, right?
Can I stabilize Dunkirk?
He's not unstable.
Okay, he's just knocked out.
You're unstable, Tig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
to...
clearly.
I don't have manacles, do I? I'm just going to restrain him.
You didn't
by
buy
that-
manacles, you son of a...
I have
I have
manacles.
manacles? What am I, a police officer?
Putty's going to get to go.
All right, I'm gonna run out to here. I'm assuming that one up top is the one that was above me.
Yes.
I am going to loose. Oh fuck!
So you drop the sword and scoop up your bow?
Yeah, is that my action basically?
No, that's
Okay.
dropping something doesn't take an action.
Okay.
Drawing
Yeah.
something, you can do that once. So
Okay.
you just leave your sword behind.
Yeah, I leave my sword behind and I loose an arrow at the top guy.
Loose it.
Loosed.
That's good for 3, and you get an additional D8.
Yes, rolling now.
Ooh, there's some damage.
And you can't pull this because it's ranged.
Oh, 'cause it had to be melee.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Look, we've already murdered 4 of them.
It is Mo's go.
So, Pud, you get the extra D8 because you picked the ranged, right?
I get the extra D8 because of the colossal. It's an attack on someone who's already wounded. But
Oh, okay.
it has to be. I guess it has to be a melee attack. It can't be a ranged attack.
No, it can be. You got your extra damage.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm saying you don't get the choice. You don't get the choice to do.
Oh no, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah,
I win.
you can't choose to pull an arrow like you
Okay.
can pull up this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Mo, you get to go.
All right. I sigh and I drop my warhammer to the side and I pull out my crossbow. And my tears will stop coming down. I just utter, "No witnesses," and I fire my crossbow at the last guy for 23 with 9 piercing damage.
It goes kathunk, boldly and hard. Shit, Dunkirk is unconscious.
Yep.
He's getting shot at, and by multiple people. He's going to throw down his club and drop to his knees and put his hands up, and he says, I yield. I yield my club.
Can I walk up and knock him out with non-lethal damage?
Well, you can if you'd like.
That's unlike your character.
Well,
shut up, Sean.
You would like to
I'm
use
gonna attempt
non-lethal
to-
decapitation?
I'm going to non-lethally attack this guy.
You wham him unconscious.
Maybe.
You missed.
He's advantage. My guy is on the ground.
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll the advantage, but
Roll it again.
Also, it's narrative. You're not going to need to roll to knock him out. He is.
okay.
He has made himself available to be knocked out.
He is consciously knocked out.
All
You're out
right.
of combat.
Cool.
Awesome. Can I use my manacles on the dude that offered himself?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Shackle him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What is the woman doing?
The one that you slapped.
Knock-
You bitch slap.
She has been robbed of her possessions, and she's just laying there in the street, or
I'm
on the
gonna-
side of the street.
After I put manacles on this person, I'm gonna put another pair on this person over here that's knocked out.
Right. You got him.
Does anybody want to put their manacles on the last guy that's alive?
I want to say for the record, in Putty's ear quietly, we're not officially cops here.
Yeah, but we also can still put handcuffs on somebody that we
We've
just
got
that tried to kill us.
5 bodies on the ground.
Yeah, but we'll
People
hide them
start-
under.
People start
I'll be right back,
coming
guys.
up just to gawk and look. Then you notice like a couple of them start rolling bodies and taking things out of pocket.
Can I intimidate people trying to roll bodies?
You may do so. Give me an intimidation check. Or actually,
I
I'll
want to.
Sorry.
I want to keep the scene.
I've got
clear.
it. I've got it. I will be making it for you.
Keep in mind that they most likely watched me kill 5 of them.
I'm gonna roll a body.
Let's go ahead and make it for you. All right. You give everybody a really good spook, and they all back up, and several people run away like a kid cries across the street.
After they run away, I want to search those bodies.
You search them. They don't have a lot on them. They have a couple of paltry coin, silver pennies and the like. Enough for a day's drinking.
Can I grab a club?
Oh yeah, there's some shitty clubs.
All right, I'll take a shitty club.
Some guys, you see, one of the guys has like what amounts to like a fantasy version of, I would call it a butterfly knife you'd get out of Hot Topic. Another one,
That's cool.
another
I-
one, another one is
pick up-
carrying, another one is carrying like a homemade ninja star.
Nice.
Can I pick up my croquet mallet?
Yes.
Do I see any eyebrow rings? I'm good.
We need to wake up. We need to wake up a boy. Do you have any more cure wounds left there, Pud? Can you help him out?
I slap him in the face first. Does that work?
Give me a medicine check.
All right. I'm -1, so this should go really well. All right, I do cure wounds.
Hold on. You give him a slap with your medicine check, which will have some effect. Bust a cure wounds on him. Do you do it?
This went well for me. Oh, of course it works great for you.
gain 7 hit points as you're back to conscious. However, you can feel like a loose tooth in your mouth that's hanging on barely by your gums.
At the point that he went down, there was no dead bodies, right?
No.
Can we,
So
can we try to frame it like he blacked out and did all of that himself?
That was all you, boss. I don't know what happened.
I sit up and look around, and I see the bodies laying there.
I go, what did you do?
I spit the tooth out into the ground, and I look at the wounds on the body. I can kind of tell what they've been made from because it's obviously pretty identifiable. And I look at Tig and say, "What the fuck did you do?"
I say, saved your life, sir. Couldn't stand to watch him beat on you like that. Made me mad.
You put me in a tough position here, Tig.
We're acting unofficially. I don't see anything that went wrong here, other than just a street fight gone sour.
We broke the law.
It depends on your definition of the law.
You murdered people, Tig. We broke the law.
It was self-defense.
You're lucky that we have a job to do, and the job comes first. But when this is all said and done, I'm gonna have to take official action.
That's your prerogative, sir.
So you have 3 living people chained up in the street.
Yeah.
Is there a house that we can take them into? Question.
I mean, there's a lot of buildings around. You just don't own any of them.
Is there a shed, something smaller, maybe not occupied?
Not really, no.
What about a secluded alley?
Yeah, you can drag them into an alley, that's for sure.
Yeah. Get the 3 survivors and take them into the alley.
I also will drag the bodies into the alley.
You drag them into an alley away from prying eyes.
Alright, so they're unconscious still, right?
I always get a bit squeamish
they're-
when you guys
they're-
question them, so I'll just stand watch at the end of the alley.
They're easily rousable.
Alright, yeah. So we get them into the alley, get the bodies hidden. I want to rouse them.
Dunkirk's really good at arousing them.
It's true.
You wake them up, they sort of slowly come to, struggling against their bonds. And then just have a resigned look on their face, like, ah, shit. Not again.
This isn't what I wanted to happen.
Yeah, not me either. I tell you what, you can let us go, and we'll be cool. It's cool, man. No hard feelings. I didn't even like those guys.
What guarantee? Shut your mouth, Tig. What guarantees do we have that you're not going to come back after us again?
I'm not gonna come after. I'm not gonna do anything about that. Look. I didn't even want to do that. That was his. That was him. Look, he points over at like one of the bodies. It was all. We should have a name for the lead guy. It was all Johnny's idea.
I glance over at Tig and Pud, and I'm open to suggestions here, guys. This is a little out of my wheelhouse.
You're not going to ask him about the Cobras and who the fuck the
say-
Cobras are?
We could
We're
cut
pretty
his
aware of
tongue
who the
out so
Cobras
he
are.
can't say anything to anybody.
Let's
Why
not
did
do that.
Why'd you call me out? What was it? What made you want to call me out?
I mean, I don't know why I did it. Yeah, usually some strangers show up, figure that we kind of give you the shakedown a little bit, little your protection money kind of a thing.
Why are you trying to shake down some strangers?
There's nothing wrong with it. We're allowed. The boss lets us do it.
Don't you know there's a lot of strangers in this town you don't want to shake down?
Well, I know that better now.
I say, listen. So, this escalated way too quickly and way too far. So you stay out of our way, and you won't. After we're done with our business here, you won't see us again.
Do you think they might have some info?
I don't even know you. I don't even want to know you. I'm done. I don't even know what's going on. Like,
Dunkirk,
I don't.
Do you think
Before
they
I let-
have some info?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Before I let you go, I need to ask you guys some questions about the area. And I need you guys to be honest.
Okay.
What do you know about supposed violence at the counting house, the Gimble and Gimble counting house?
Oh yeah, we checked that out this morning.
And learned?
There was like a bunch of dead people, and there was a bunch of blood everywhere.
And what did you do with this information?
We burned it down.
You burned the counting house down.
Yeah.
Do you have any information about who conducted the attack?
How would we know who did the attacking and stuff? We weren't there. We found out about it this morning, and then we saw all the bodies and everything, and then the guy told us just to torch it.
Who's the guy?
So
Who's the guy?
I'm assuming it was, he was well dressed. He looked like he knew what he was doing. He paid us a little money. We set fire to the building, some kind of probably like insurance thing. I don't care. It's not, there's nothing in the rules that say we can't do that.
Can I use intimidation and start picking at that tooth again on my bar tap, just to kind of be like, what the fuck's going on? Who's this guy?
He looks at you fingering the bar tap. He gets his eyes get wide. He says, "I'm not lying, man. That's all it is. The guy said to torch it. We torched it."
Can I
Describe to
intimidate
me
them
what
for
this
the
guy
money
looked
that
like.
they were paid to burn the building down?
Sorry, say again.
I want to intimidate them for the money that they were paid to burn the building down.
Intimidate them for the money. You can. Okay, so yeah, you can. We can tempt that, I guess. Let me go ahead and give that a go.
Wait, so you're gonna try to take the dude's money?
He kind of looks at you and says, "I don't have it. We don't have it. Like I'm gonna get my cut later, but like the money, as far as I know, hasn't changed hands or anything."
Well, who they paying then? Who's your boss? He would know.
They're paying the boss. They're paying Bango.
Where's Bango?
I have no idea where Bango is. Bango's wherever he is, and that's where he is, and he catches up with us. He's the man in charge. He answers to the man.
Can I knock one of the three that's not talking out again and ask where Bango is again?
Yeah, you can. You knock him out. The next one is like the one that's been talking. Just like we don't know where he is. He comes and he goes. He's the boss.
Is Bango a regulator?
Well, no, he's kind of like in charge of all of us.
Well,
He's doing a great job.
He's like the right hand of the guy, of the guy. You know what I'm talking about? Like runs the whole show.
Where does Bango come and go to?
He's just everywhere. He's like a little.
I don't like that answer.
He doesn't have a house or anything.
Can I act like I'm gonna cut his toe off?
You can.
All right.
Guys.
How do you guys organize meetings with Bango?
We don't.
How do you conduct business?
What's he look like?
Like when I've seen him like twice.
What's he look like? You saw him twice.
He's like maybe as high as my knee. He's got like the long ears and stuff. Looks like a little monster dude, but he's like really nice.
He's really nice. Sounds like a
he's
fucking true gentleman.
He's like really polite and like really scary and shit, and he eats faces, man. I don't get on the bad side. I just do what I told you. Every once in a while, he shows up and tells us what to do. We just do what we're told, man. That's all I'm doing.
So when are you supposed to get your payment?
Whenever he gives it to me. I don't demand to get paid from the motherfucker.
Why do you work for him?
Tig, I think you're done.
I'm gonna kill him.
No, you're not. Stand down.
The guy wets himself at hearing that he's going to be killed.
And I give Tig a kiss on the cheek and tell him everything's okay.
You're done. You're done. Tig.
Before walking away, I do like a flinch at one of them like that, just to make him fall over.
He straight up passes out.
Then I laugh to myself and I walk back out where Mo is.
There's only one conscious, right now?
Yes.
I knock him out.
You knock him out and leave him in.
Yeah. And after I knock him out, I remove the restraints from the three, and I just leave them laying there.
Because those restraints are too expensive to leave. I get you.
It's your goddamn right.
So, even though I feel... So, have I seen this since I'm taking guard at the beginning?
You heard all of it.
Okay, so I don't think we should just leave them in the street, so I proceed to pick them up. And are there barrels nearby, like empty barrels?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to put their bodies, each one of them in a barrel, and then I'm going to put a bigger, larger, heavier barrel on top of that barrel.
You inter them. I got you.
Yeah, just to
Can I pull the squad aside to talk to him?
You do.
Oh, please do.
I look at Dunkirk and I go, first off, boss, I want to say that I'm sorry, but they called you my mother and said I was the dog on a chain, which is the second time that's been told to me today. And like you saw with the slapping earlier, I'll take it once, twice, no sir. Just want to apologize for that formally. Secondly, I might know a guy in town who can help us find this boss man we're after.
We're gonna take you up on your lead. Like I said, you saved my life earlier. But Tig, if you don't want people to call you dog, then quit acting like a mad dog.
Easy does it. Easy does it, boss.
It's this trigger word.
That's a trigger warning. Trigger warning. And I want to mention my criminal contact to them for the first time.
So, who is your criminal contact? Give me a name.
What was the boss's name? I'm drunk and I didn't write it down.
It was Bango. You say Bango,
It's
I say
Bango.
Bongo.
Bango is my criminal contact.
I will say no.
Okay. My criminal contact name is a guy who goes by the name of Harry.
Harry.
He's an old worn-out sorcerer, was known for lighting things on fire back in the days, but now he mostly just runs a no-good bar in the middle of town. Harry Dangler, or Danglo, as some people have pronounced it.
Does he have a thing for squirrels?
He does have a thing for squirrels. Fire from Super Troopers, that is pretty accurate.
Car ramrod.
Before we leave, I want to lay on. Can I lay on hands myself?
Yes, you can.
Just touching yourself. Ooh,
And I'm gonna touch
energy.
myself.
Ooh.
How do I cast it? I click it, nothing happens.
I don't want a large fur, I want a liter of cola.
So you guys go off in search of your criminal contact?
Yes.
All right.
Guys, I'm not feeling too sweet health-wise.
Why don't you and I find a nice place to
What
maybe
time
we
of day is
get
it,
a couple bites to eat. We can sit around, take a short rest, and catch up with these guys later.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
It's about second bell. Afternoon's coming on us.
Okay.
We're gonna let you guys
if you-
go ahead and search around for an hour while we rest up.
Well, they're going to have to go back into the city. Do you need to find a tavern?
Yes.
Yes. I would like to
All right.
spend
Sure, that's
my.
for group exhaustion.
Let me close up. Inspiration for the scene.
Okay.
I'm going to get Mo some inspiration
Ooh.
because he angstily empathy is his ideal, and he quite angstily was truly pained at having to have more violence when we could just talk about our favorite delicacies. You know, the home cooked food we grew up with, to like some random dudes in the street.
Mhm.
However, that'd be the only person that does.
Ramen encounter.
ramen encounter. That's all I want. So I am going to spend my inspiration. I already had inspiration, so
Excellent.
It's
well, yeah.
yeah, no, that's fine though. So I'm going to spend it, and we're going to eat. We find a tavern in Greyghast. Is that where we're going, or back in town?
Y'all need to get back to town, so
So this will be in
it's
the
really
West
your
Gate.
choice.
Let's do inside the West Gate.
So as you guys come walking back actually through, you hear some, hollering coming from the upper gate. They're like, "Oh, ground guys!"
Hey,
You look fucked up.
yeah, we're feeling pretty fucked up, pal.
You should take it easy. You should really. I'm just saying. Look, you put in your time. You come up on the wall. You don't see us getting into fights up here on the wall. You know what we get into? You know what we get into up here?
What do you get into up there?
Quality porn, good games, booze. I'm gonna get my retirement, and I'm gonna have to lift a finger to do it.
Well, hey, listen, you offered help for us there earlier.
Yeah. What you need? Anything you need? What do you need?
I have one of my patrol members could use. He's pretty banged up. He could use some healing.
I throw up all over myself as he says that.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's no good. Does he mind booze?
I look at.
I instantly perk up and act perfect and kind of brush off the vomit. I do partake.
All right, I'm gonna throw it down. You're gonna have to catch it though.
All right.
And you see come sailing down 30 feet up, like 3 stories and change, right? Sailing down some kind of wineskin. Give me a dex save.
I look like a kid on Christmas morning. And I guess I just got too excited.
You managed to catch it. Not that hard.
Nice.
It's just sailing down.
Okay.
He says, that'll do you up. Just take a few good hits off of that. It'll help you out a little bit. It's really strong, though.
I hit it hard.
You hit it hard. I need you to give me a con save.
I'm not good with stopping with alcohol.
You fail. You will get back 2d8. I shall roll. She'll get back 2d8 hit points.
Why
You get
does this
back-
game hate me?
You get back 5 hit points and have the poisoned condition for at least 15 minutes.
Perfect.
So
I
you're-
call up. I
You're
call up the
wobbling,
guard.
you're swaying, but you're not feeling any of the pain. You're feeling better.
I look up and I go, "We found the fire where there was smoke."
Well, hopefully no one died or anything. Anyhow,
I call up and say, "Thank you for your help. We'll.
anytime, yeah.
I'm sure we'll see you again."
Are you gonna hang out with us sometime? You know.
It was a barrel of laughs.
Mo, I need you to keep an eye on Pud.
Yeah, that's fine. Pud, come with me. We'll find a place to kind of sit down, and maybe get a bite to eat.
All right, we're looking for a tavern.
Yes, I would like to spend my inspiration to come up
We'll spend inspiration.
upon a place. The sign is a weeping willow, and
Okay.
it is called the Morning Wood.
No.
MOURNING.
You can't name it.
No, we got this.
Oh,
You
I
don't get to
can't
pick
name
the
it. I'm so sorry.
I thought the Morningwood was a great tavern name.
The one that's name it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I thought I got
that's
to
a
name it.
That's a tavern named some other damn city. Instead, you find here in the West Gate an inn called Don't You Forget About Mead.
What town is this again, or what area?
You're
Westgate.
you're in
Westgate.
So you guys stop in. Lunch is boiling and broiling on. People are coming and going. It's a good afternoon. It's a very unpretentious place, catering mostly to the travelers that come inside and leave the city. So nowhere near as done up or as fancy as other places that you've been in the Western.
Does a short rest remove exhaustion?
So a short rest does not. You need a long rest to remove one exhaustion.
I would like to spend 2 hit dice on my short rest.
Do
to
it.
heal.
Well, spend one, roll it, and then see if you want to spend some.
Well,
You should probably
I got 5 for my first one,
Gotcha.
and 9 for my second one.
That is 14.
Okay, cool. Thank
I
you.
So if people are
spend
spending
one.
hit die, spend them.
Can I spend one?
Okay.
Well,
For 6.
6. I'll take that.
And you are no longer trashed. You don't have the poison condition. It's been
Awesome.
at least 15 minutes.
all right, so we're sitting at a table, right?
Yeah.
So we need to talk about our next plan. This this Bongo guy.
Well,
Bango?
didn't Tig have
Bango.
a connection we could maybe use?
Yeah,
to
I think I
come
know a
back?
guy who could at least point us in the right direction.
Where's your contact at, Tig?
My contact's in the gully.
I guess that's our next destination.
I'm assuming the gully is like the seedy part of town, maybe.
It's the beginning of the seedy parts of town. The further east you go, the worse they get.
Is that where the barracks were?
The barracks are in Gully.
Okay.
So you guys make your way back across city?
Yep.
Yep, if everybody's
Yeah.
ready.
Going to not even a tavern, but just going to some of the corners that Tig is familiar with, where he talks to his guy. What was the guy's name?
Harry Dangling.
Harry. And he's played by Kevin Hefferman. Is that right?
Played by a grocer Daniel Radcliffe, right, Jake?
How much grosser, Daniel Radcliffe?
You see Harry. He's around the corner. He's wearing a large, overly stuffed overcoat more or less swallowed by it. Halfway in an alley overlooking the street. He sees you as you're walking up, but doesn't make eye contact.
This is all you.
So he's walking down the street.
Nope, he's standing in an alley, just kind of looking.
Okay. I motion to the boys to hang back, and I approach him.
He says, "I'm still not even watching. You know better than that. He's paying attention to something else. He's just leaning against the wall. You know, you're leaning against the other wall, looking at something else entirely. You're just two guys that don't even know each other." He just talks. He talks into the open air. He says, "I'm still not comfortable at all that you do this."
I say, I know that, and I'm sorry, but I may have fucked up several times, so I need to impress my commander, or else things might go south for me.
Fall? I can find a guy. You can just, I'll have him steal something. You can beat the crap out of him. You don't mind doing a turn.
We'll keep that in pocket. I like that idea. But no, I'm just looking for just a little bit of information. Nothing too serious. A bongo. Have you heard of a bongo? Short guy, eats faces.
Bango?
Bango, yeah. Sounds right.
You say bango, I say bongo.
Yeah, I know who Bango Skank is.
Where might he be easy to run into?
Ooh, that's tough. He runs all those jackasses out in Greyghast.
Well, a couple less now.
Oh, that's good. So there's less of them out there? How many did you get?
I got 5.
Ruby.
3 more knocked out and stuffed in barrels.
He says, are you trying to keep the peace in Greyghast anytime soon?
No.
So, sounds like a good time to do some business in Greyghast.
Yeah, might be opened up for a minute.
No, but if you want to find the skank, I mean, that's going to be pretty tough. I hear he comes and goes. Not even human. Not even.
Yep.
He's not even a dwarf or an elf or anything.
Was he
I heard he's
goblin?
like he's some kind of fucked up gnome or something. I don't know what he is, but not many people see him. He's like this little fucking thing. Everyone's scared of him. I don't know about the eating faces thing. I've heard the eating faces thing.
Well, where are they seeing him at?
He says, well, there's a couple places I know that he frequents, but the kind of places you used to like going, I don't know if your stuffed shirt fucking stick up your ass friends are going to be able to go. Well, maybe the one guy.
Do I recognize this guy?
No.
We'll be able to fit in. We're not down in the insignias on this mission.
He says, okay, well, there's an address where there's some underground games going on, and apparently he has a taste for losing lots of money. And the fellows are perfectly happy taking it from him, but you got to watch your ass around those guys.
All right, where can a man play some games?
He gives you an address over in the stacks, the dirtiest, rottenest, most dilapidated part of the city. He says you'll go in, just walk in like you own the place. It's not even like a password secret thing. Basically, if you screw up, they'll just murder you and dump your body in the water. So just go in, be polite, play some games, fit in.
Be polite. This will be sweet.
And tell me, when you see this guy, you come back and tell me what's true and what's not true, because there's a lot of rumors about him.
All right. You know me. Most likely I'll come back and tell you he's dead, but we'll see what happens.
Dead's useful.
Anyways, Greyghast should be open for business, at least for the meantime. Have fun
Ooh,
with their pal.
I'll catch you on the flippy flop. He gives you the complicated, handshake shit you and him do.
I walk back over to the boys. I say, "Who wants to gamble?" As I slide my hands together.
I just shake my head and let out an exasperated sigh that I need to retire soon.
I love games.
I say, by the way, no police where we're going, at all.
But if we're there, won't there be police there?
I hit my wineskin and pat Mo on the back. I'm like, we're good.
I look at Mo and I say, "You should get some more crumbs in your beard." And I look at Riley and I say, "You should slouch more." I look at Dunkirk and say, "You should slouch more."
I rub my naked
slouch,
chin.
But I just do it I over exaggerate my slouch.
Over-exaggerated slouch.
I rub my naked baby-like chin. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get a beard first before I get crumbs in it.
I
don't
look
have
at them
a
and
beard?
say, "Well, we don't have
No,
much."
I'm
for that.
sweet baby face Mo. I don't have a beard.
I packed my tunic up in my backpack also.
All right. So you guys make your way over to the stacks.
Oh wait,
Absolutely.
no. I guess I have to leave my tunic on, don't I?
Yes.
Otherwise, we're cops. Okay.
In the dirty streets of the stacks, life is cheap, and property even cheaper. The buildings that are kept in mainly good repair give way to dilapidated hovels and things that should be condemned. The signs of arson, looting, pillaging, and slovenliness litter every thoroughfare. The alleys themselves are no safer than the main roads. It's all a heap and a chaotic miasm of vehicleless traffic.
I breathe it in like it's fresh air.
As you walk through, you do notice that people give a nod and a heads up on occasion to Tig. Not people that maybe he knows too personally, but hey, he's a name. He's not exactly a named man. He's not in the Fellows, the mafia of Greyghast, but he's got some respect at least. Every once in a while, somebody hushes a murmur over and points over at Putty. Oh yeah, people have been to the right fights before.
Oh yeah.
There are no street vendors and there are no carts. There's scenes of casual violence and disrepair all around you as you make your way through this district. The occasional dead body laying in a gutter. The occasional people fighting drunkenly on a corner.
Is it known that I'm a cop?
No.
I used some of my rope to hang my my piece of pride tap around my neck, and I puff out my chest a little bit and just kind of walk with a little bit of a swagger.
Nice.
It's like, because I still work security at bars for extra money, it's still known that that's what I do as far as people are concerned.
Yeah,
I've
well,
just moved
keep
more
in
uptown
mind,
to nicer establishments.
also keeping in mind that the extent to which you're known in these parts of town is
It's
having
slim.
a lot of people. Well, even then, a lot of people are in the Grey Guard.
Yeah.
It is even the case that people may think that you're out of it or that you were in it at one point and aren't anymore. It's just not a lot of news gets this far out.
Okay.
So anyhow, you make your way to the address that you're given, and it looks to be like a series of run-down houses that seem to have merged and slumped together due to rain and weather. A light seems to shine from inside.
Before we approach one of the houses, I kind of pull Tig to the side and say, "Listen, I don't necessarily trust you, but this is your element, and this is not mine. So I'm going to follow your lead in here, but I do beg you to do your best to stay within the law, the confines of the law of the city."
Dunkirk, you hear a voice over your shoulder and something pressing at your back as a pretty horrid and rancid breath, wafts in your direction, and he says, "Hey, just go ahead and give me your purse, and I won't have to do the thing, man."
Can I grab him by the neck and push him up against the wall?
No, I mean you could advance on him, but he'd get to strike.
Even
You're
though we
not
were
that
within
close.
talking, whispering. I thought he was whispering in my ear. Dunkirk was talking to me just now.
Y'all were outside the building.
Oh, yeah.
He's behind Dunkirk. You're in front of him.
Can I push
kinda
in
wanna-
between that?
I kind of want to kick. I want to attack the guy from behind me. I mean, I might take a hit, but it's kind of like kick backwards and kind of kick him in the knee, try to take him out.
Can
Go
I
ahead
push
and
in
give me
between
an
them?
unarmed. No, because that would not be a yes improv thing. That would
Shit.
be a,
Okay.
so go ahead and give me that attack.
Okay, just do the long sword attack.
Yes, but we will subtract obviously the damage. And
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Finally,
more than enough to hit. And what's your strength?
it is
I believe
15.
it's so +2. You crank your head forward and then slam it into his.
Yes.
and he goes down like a sack of rocks.
Yeah, I approach him, I grab him by the throat and throw him up against the wall.
He's unconscious. You throw him up against the wall.
Oh, he's unconscious. My bad.
Keep
I
slapping
search
him
his
around.
body.
Civilians don't have a lot of hit points, guys.
I look at Riley and I go, he's got nothing. That's why he was trying to steal from 4 people armed.
Yeah.
I drop him.
Or Dunkirk. And I look at Dunkirk again and I would go, that's fine. I'm not going to try to start anything in here. Most likely people won't bother me. But also you might have to roll your eyes to a few crimes. Can you do that?
Considering he just slashed a dude in the face.
No,
Oh,
I
it was a
kicked him in the
criminal.
face.
That's true. Yeah, and it was a criminal.
Or a head.
It was a criminal.
Yeah.
Criminal's a
Yeah.
strong word.
I drop the guy where he is and just I follow Tig's lead.
You guys inside?
Is there a criminal knock I can do on the door that I would know?
You don't have thieves' cant, but if there is, you don't know it.
Okay. I just knock on the door.
You knock. It's not locked or anything.
Oh,
so
it's
it
not?
kind of
Okay.
sways-
I was
sways
expecting one of the
open.
ones that slide open and these eyes are looking at me to see how I'm in and it slides back closed.
It sways open. There is a lantern in the room, and there is a small halfling, like small even for a halfling, but very old, sitting in a small chair and reading a book by it. As he sees you walk on in, says, "Wow, can I help you?"
So yeah, you know where some fellas can lose some money around here?
Looks you up and down and says, "Okay, well, maybe I do." And he kicks at the rug. He says, "You have to let yourselves down."
I toss him 5 silver and open the door to go
His
down.
disposition improves considerably. He hops out of the chair and helps you with the rug, and then helps you with a wooden hatch in the floor. And as he pulls it up, you can smell and hear the sounds and smoke and sweat from what appears to be a very far, deep basement and a ladder that goes down.
I start my way down.
You start your way down.
I follow.
I'll follow as well.
You guys make your way down, coming off the ladder. It is a cavern. You can tell by sort of the niter on the walls and the rocky faces, but also a dugout and reinforced wooden framing basement, sort of a combination of both. It bears all the marks of being a smuggler's den, right? Intentionally made for this purpose, no telling how many decades or maybe centuries ago. Littered about, there are a number of people moving with barrels on wheels, serving drink. There are games of chance happening at well-made but rustically made tables, so nothing with like fine felt or marble that you might see in a nicer house. But polished wood. Somebody takes pride in this stuff. The lanterns themselves are alchemical. There are no flames down here. And while you do see people armed, you don't see anybody with one in their hands. Drunks, layabouts, and 36 people are down here in various states of wealth and disrepair.
I'm comfortable in this place.
Say we kind of walk around, talk with the riffraff, make some bets, see if we
Order
spot our
some
man.
beers.
Yeah,
Some
fit in.
ales.
Fit in. Stop talking to me.
I approach the bar and get a drink. I'm trying to stay as low key as possible. This is not my scene. I don't want to stand out.
He looks you over. Says, "You don't look like you belong here.
I put my arm around him.
You look like you belong here, but he doesn't look like he belongs here.
I say he's with me.
What do you do?"
I break faces.
I'm
and
a
he
merc.
helps me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I break faces. I'm a mercenary.
Interesting. Let me go ahead and roll your deception for you. Let's see how you do.
Not that inaccurate to our style of policing. Just
Unfortunately, he looks at you with a scrutinous eye and he says, "Well, you and I both know that's bullshit. But I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Mysterious Past. Don't cause any trouble. Play the games. money talks. If all you're going to do is sit here and spectate, there's going to be a tax that they're probably going to collect with your teeth afterward. But keep that money flowing, and people treat you just fine.
Will do. And I flip him a silver.
He looks at it and he says, of course, people could treat you better.
To my knowledge, does Dunkirk have money?
A little bit.
I throw in a couple more, and I say I'll keep an eye on him. He's with me. I'm teaching him how to be a real man.
The guy behind the bar eyeballs your beer tap. He goes, oh, is that real?
I say I've collected some taxes and teeth myself.
You gonna be doing any fighting later?
We'll see where the night takes us. Give me a beer, and I throw some more money down.
He pushes your money back at you. He says, well, I tell you what, as one of the proprietors of this establishment, if you'd be inclined to maybe throw down a little bit of fighting, I'll let you drink for free tonight.
All right. Let's do it.
That sounds pretty good. I tell you what, are you going to be good to go in maybe an hour?
Yeah. Your guy needs to get ready or something?
My guy is ready all the time.
All right. Why do we need an hour?
He says, well, I'd like to go ahead and get you a little liquored up to make the odds good.
All right. I'll take one more drink.
Nice. Good job. Roll me a con save.
All right.
And get yourself some inspiration. Because you're playing to your vice.
Take it.
Yeah, for the next 15 minutes, you are poisoned.
Yes.
They're taking you to the hours.
He's got a hard buzz going and feeling awful good.
Awesome.
All right, snapping over. What's everybody else doing while they were at the bar?
I am walking past, looking for an open spot at a table, specifically a table with a short man with long ears. Doesn't quite look like a halfling or a gnome. Doesn't quite look like a goblin.
You do see a number of strange-looking people, but you've got a very specific thing you're looking for. After walking around for like 5-6 minutes, you do see somebody that looks so abnormal he might be your guy. And I will go ahead.
Sorry, my headphones cut out halfway through there. You're going to have to do that again.
I was going to say, after walking around for a while, because you have such a specific thing you're looking for, you do manage to see a guy sitting at a table that is, he can only be the guy you're looking for.
Is there an open seat at the table?
Looks like that.
He looks like that. Perfect. Is there an open seat at his table?
Oh yeah, right down to the glasses and everything. Looks like the gremlin, the smart gremlin from.
At least it doesn't look like Spike.
I sit down to play. Be dealt into the next round or whatever they're playing.
He looks over at you as you sit down to play, as you guys get to do some play. And I want you to make me an intelligence check to see how good at gambling you are.
Okay. Find out, I guess. You want me to roll it? I can roll it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to roll it. You're going to know how good or bad you do. 15. You do fair. You don't lose any money. The shorthand version of gambling for our purposes are every 10 is a multiplier of 100%, basically. So between 10 and 19, you don't lose anything.
How much am I betting?
Less than 10, you'll lose some. I'll just tell you how much you lose.
Okay.
Because it's extended play over time. However, if you can beat a 20 on a check, I'll give you extra money back.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So right now, you're just holding your own.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's how you can think about it. And he looks over at you after about 5-6 minutes of just some initial hands of cards and dice and this weird arcade game you barely follow, but you're faking your way through it because you're not proficient in any gaming sets. You're faking your way through this. You're the guy that doesn't know how to play craps. That's just taking everyone's lead, but he hasn't lost anything. And he looks at you and says, "Well, looks like somebody knows exactly what they're doing."
I say, nah, I'm just here to have some fun.
Is that right? Looking for some fun? I know she walked all around this place. You said, have a seat here. Do you have any kind of particular love for the bar of art here?
No, I just look like an interesting table.
Interesting table. Do you know what this game is called?
I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I'll be happy to take your money. That'll be just fine. What about your friends? Who are they? I don't know them. Haven't seen them around here.
What friends?
The ones you came the fuck in with?
You were paying attention, just coming in and out. Pretty observant fellow,
I
aren't
pay
you?
attention to everybody that comes and everybody that goes. This is kind of a place I love, and I don't like riffraff coming on into it. I know the owners pretty well.
Is this your establishment?
No, I'm just friends of the owners, if you want to say that.
All right. Yeah, they're just, like you said, just some friends. We decided to go out and have a night on the town. We had a pretty rough day, maybe some fault of my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd come down here and show them a pretty good time. We can cut back and no one's going to pay attention to what they're up to.
Well, that sounds like a delight.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
And this will bring my time up to current. Nice. You still don't lose anything. Flapping over to Mo. What you up to?
I am following Tig around with a big old smile on my face, just trying to do my best, look around, see what people are up to.
As you make your way around, you of course see him take a seat at the table and play games.
Mm-hmm.
And opposite this cruel-looking impish thing. That's another one, nevertheless extremely well dressed, like little tiny waistcoat, everything. You know, little tiny spectacles.
Uh-huh.
Is he just taking in the sights?
I will play as well. I love a good game.
Give me an intelligence check as you sit down at the table as well.
Okay.
Proficient in fuck all.
13.
The best gamblers.
As you manage to, y'all aren't really losing anything, nor gaining anything. Although he seems to be winning quite a bit. And he kind of gives a yawn as you sit down as well and looks you up and down. But he looks at you, and your passive perception would be enough to notice this much. He looks at you knowingly.
Knowingly.
Oh, yeah.
So he's looking at me like he knows something. Have we met before?
I think we know some of the same people.
Have you come by the shop, my parents' shop? Is that where we met before? Maybe.
I've got a lot of friends in the guilds, you know, little provisioners and like. So I think I've seen you about. You're kind of hard to miss. You're kind of a very big guy.
Oh, I mean, I guess I do make an impression. And then I feel self-conscious because I realize he called me fat.
Flashing over to the bar as Dunkirk waits there, the guy behind the bar finally, while Putty's sitting there finishing off another drink, he just kind of says, "Okay, I think we're about ready. Do a little spectacle. Let's place a little bit of a wager, huh?"
I'm down for. I'm always down for place a wager on a fight.
He says, "Well, can we just consider you as manager for now? I'll let him just stay out here, and we can go back there and talk a little business."
All right, manager it is.
Right. He says, "You stay here." He pushes another drink at Putty, just in case you're thirsty while we wait. Takes Dunkirk off into the back and says, "Okay, well, hopefully, you guys got a reputation, and I want to go ahead and make sure that this is pretty fair. I'm going to go ahead and pay you what? I'll pay you 500 silver. He's just got to make it 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I think he can do that with ease.
Excellent.
Isn't that 3 rounds? That's asking a lot for a guy who's got 16 hit points.
That's 5 rounds.
5 rounds? Oh,
5 rounds.
no.
And poisoned.
Yeah, please.
Well, now he's not poisoned. He was just poisoned for a bit.
Oh, okay.
About 15 minutes.
So,
but it's been much.
So what happens if he doesn't make it your the allotted amount of time?
We'll clean up. You don't have to worry about it.
Clean up.
Yeah.
I'm not in this room, and it hurts me inside right now.
What do you mean? Clean up.
Go set up. You get your boy psyched.
Well, all right.
All right. So
Dunkirk is clearly out of his element here.
they clear off an area towards the cavernous part of this underground smuggler's den and start putting up ropes and tying them tight to loops of iron in the wall, making a crude ring. The barman comes back out from behind there and says, everybody, starts slamming on the bar. He says, "We got a spectacle here." a spectacle. We'll be taking bets at any table. Just go ahead and get with anybody that you need to. Place those bets, those side bets. House is going to honor everything. And he says, everybody making their own side business. No backsies. I hear anything about anybody reneging on anything that they promised. It's as usual, and you go out the back. Everyone's like, oh, going out the back. He says, we've got a contender. First one we've had in forever. He's brave and he's bold, but you know what? He comes with a pedigree. He's been doing prize fights. He's well known for it. It's the man. It's the stout fish Stein himself. And then he leans forward and says, wait, what's your fucking name?
I say, Dick Face.
Jesus.
Face. And people give like a lukewarm. Make your way inside the ring. You make your way into the ring?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you are in the ring. At which point he says, okay. And as usual, the house favorite. Oh, I cannot wait to see how this goes.
Taserface.
Taserface.
And several guys come up out of the back, and there's a crate. It's on this sort of crude sled as they drag it in. And then they step back. One of them waves his hands a little bit, starts sprinkling some things on the ground. And there's a glowing, faintly glowing line forms outside the ring. The crate is inside this space. And they crack it open. And let me go ahead and show off what we got. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Come on now. I think there's a bit of a lag in roll 20 here. Come on now.
Come on, baby.
In the meantime, while you're waiting for that to load, is Bango interested in this fight?
He looks over at you. Did you solicit him for that?
I do.
He says, sure, I'll be happy to place a bet. But I have a feeling this is safe money's going to be not against your friend. I'll put 500.
500 on the house man?
Oh yes.
That's a lot of confidence you got coming out there.
You want more confidence? I'll put 1,000 on it.
No, I like 500.
You only want to go back down to 500 because you're poor?
We're in the stocks, aren't we?
The stacks.
Well, I said we're in the stacks, aren't we? Does it look like you think I make a lot of money?
That comes out of the crate.
Oh, he's pretty.
Oh.
So this
Oh!
So this is underground, right? There's no holds barred kind of, but
There's no rules
weapons,
involved.
but or there are weapons.
Oh,
That's whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
You want to play it.
I say I'll do 500 on my guy.
Okay.
He's a
pretty
drunk,
good.
but he's a good drunk.
Can I roll a history as he's getting out of that crate to see if I can tell what this dude is?
Oh, yes. I'll roll that for you. It'll be worthwhile for you to maybe hopefully figure the book out.
Yep.
It is an undead beholder.
I don't have 500 silver.
In any given round, there is, and I'll calculate this for you just so you know. In any given round, depending what it hits you with, in any given round, there is a 7% chance of you instantly dying.
Okay.
Worth it.
Wonderful.
God.
Yeah, he's cool.
What are the do I have enough knowledge of this type of environment on the guidelines of crowd interference in a fight?
They'll probably kill you.
Okay.
It's
Noted.
it is not done.
I'll jot that little tidbit of information down in my notebook here.
it's not going to advance on you. One of the reasons why they keep the undead one is because it's reactive. So the crowd is jeering and cheering for you to do something. Now, the space inside the ring is enough for you to move around with your full movement from one end to the other.
Okay.
How do you want to start? Because it's just hovering there. Dead eye things just staring around, threatening to zap things to death.
Fuck. I think I have.
I would send you the CR for this, but I don't know that you could translate that except to say that you shouldn't be fighting this thing. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I knew Pud should have finished his sandwich this morning.
Yeah.
You get a whole
I look over at Mo and be like, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Dunkirk is visibly perturbed at the sight of an undead beholder, given his status as a paladin.
All right.
I'm having a hard time restraining myself.
Where
You
in
can
the
attack-
crowd
you
am
can
I
attack,
located, by the way?
run. I don't. You're in the room. You're just in the room.
So, like, I'm in the middle of a bunch of people. I'm not off towards the edge at a
That's
big woods table or anything like that.
That's it's fairly cramped. There is no real out of the way place.
Okay. I can still work this into that's where I need it to go.
Cure Wounds doesn't do shit to undead things, right?
What's Putty do? He's faced with a monstrosity. Little eye stalklets looking out in different directions. One of them kind of sends out this sickening ichor black beam that scrapes along the cavernous wall, gouging out several inches of stone.
From
And
the
then it
crowd, he hears someone yell, "It's gonna kill you! Get out of there!"
Do I see anything hanging from the ceiling that I might be able to drop with an arrow?
Not over the
on
ring.
dude? Okay.
Well, there's a couple of lanterns and the like, alchemical lanterns. You could do that, but they're not very large.
I walk back to the bartender and say, "Wait a minute! I thought he was gonna be fighting a person, not."
You'll do that. You'll do that after I get what Putty does.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, fuck. I hop out of the ring.
And the crowd, oh, come on! The bartender looks over at Dunkirk, who's approaching the bar,
I tell him to give me a fucking...
grinning from ear to ear.
Dunkirk, I'll give you $250.
I slide that 500 silver back to him and say, "This is not what we thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to be fighting a person, not."
I thought you was players. I'm sorry. I didn't realize y'all was wussies. And the whole crowd's like, "Oh, they're such wussies." At the gaming table, Bango looks over at Tig and says, "Well, I guess you might want to pay up."
I was gonna pay up if there's a fight. Doesn't really look like there's a fight to me.
I believe they entered and the fight started and your buddy ran. I don't think there's any ways about it. We could ask the house. I promise you, it's not the first person to ever run.
You got a place where you can talk a little bit more privately? I'm not gonna rough you up. You can bring your boys.
I'm not terribly worried about that, but I'll bring him anyway. He stands up, which of course is very low. He says, "You want to go topside, have a conversation on the street about the most private thing there is out here."
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
He says, "You're going to bring your friends?"
As much as I hate
Sure,
bringing
I'll
along.
come.
Yes, yep, we'll go.
He says,
You can make fun of the fighter yourself.
he has 3 or 4 guys that follow him up too.
So,
As you all meet out.
Bingo. So who exactly do you know in the Artisans Guild?
And he turns to Mo while y'all are up there,
Flashing my little
I'll have-
signet ring.
and he says, "I don't believe I ever told you my name."
I look at Mo.
You look like a Bango.
God damn it,
Doesn't he look just like you?
Oh my god.
Stops for a second when y'all are up there, still in the little house. The little house
How
is
many
there.
criminal people have you talked to in your life? Aren't you believe- What is this?
He says, now that y'all are up in the little house, not yet on the street, he says, I think I'd rather know exactly what you're doing here, because if you know my name, you know a little bit more than you should.
Well,
All
don't
right.
you know my name? You said we've seen each other. I remember.
I've seen you. I don't know who the hell you are, but I've seen you.
You say, forgive my friend for being a little presumptuous. We're here for information.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah. You had your crew up in. Hang on, let me see the name of the place exactly again. Your crew up in Greyghast earlier today. You were paid to do a job to burn a building down.
Sure.
Yeah. The only thing I want to know is who paid you to do that.
And I'm not inclined to tell you.
I know you're not
First
inclined.
of all, I'm going to make this abundantly clear. One, let's assume for a second I even know who's paying me, which I probably don't. And if I did know, I probably wouldn't want to tell anybody, much less people I don't know. And even if I wanted to tell people I knew, I wouldn't. Because that's not how business is done.
Well, it's I guess we're about to change.
You got something better to offer than your puerile pleadings and bleedings about needing things from somebody? Because I don't give a damn about your charity.
I don't need anything. I was just more curious, seeing if I could cut some corners, maybe help you out.
With,
Did you say help you out with what?
yeah.
Oh, well, things could be easier for you, or they could be more difficult in the future.
Things are pretty easy for me now.
Are they?
Are they?
Well, I ain't sweating, boy, and I didn't walk here of my own accord, so I think I'm doing pretty all right. And between you and me, I've had a look at your shoes, and I don't think there's a lot you can do for me.
What makes you say that?
Because they look like the shoes of a pauper.
I look at his shoes.
They do look like they do look like some well-worn boots.
I say, what are those? And laugh to myself a little bit. I say,
How many men does he have with him?
3.
say, well, in Greyghast, I don't know how it happened, but you may or may not have lost 5 guys a day. Probably don't care because they were shit anyways. 3 more knocked out in a barrel. And that can keep happening every day until you don't have a squad left to run things for you.
With the there's always new young idiots out there. All it takes is a little bit of ale, a little bit of silver, and the promise that they can go ahead and practice their ninja stars. I mean, I can find some new ones. It's not really a big deal.
Tell you what, you're not missing any shirts.
I place my hand on Tig's shoulder and look at Bango and say, well, luckily, or unluckily for you, I have my own young idiots.
And I say, I don't know after today, it might be a little bit.
You come in here asking for information. You come in here with some veiled threat about making things harder. You haven't offered me anything. Why the hell would I do business with you?
What do you want?
What are you offering, boy?
Like you said, look at my shoes. I don't have much to offer other than making things
Gotcha.
easier on your cruise.
I
in
slapped
town.
down
What?
500
That
silver.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what Steve says, and he says, what that tells me is you're the wrong fucker talking.
I count out 500 silver out of my purse.
Now we're talking. This man's going to go ahead and put his money where his mouth is. Now, granted, if I'm going to turn over some big, serious piece of information, it's going to cost a little bit more than 500. I mean, that's what I'd spend on dinner.
I throw in an additional 500.
We're sweetening the pot. However, I'm a man that likes things more valuable than money.
How about a
I give him my
personal
virginity.
chef?
Money's fine. I could go down there and win money. What do you have that's worth something?
We have a penchant for violence.
We have an easy track
maybe-
to Count Engelstadt.
Any chance you have a job that needs taken care of that
What's that?
requires more able-bodied people than your Ninja Star guys?
Who do you work for?
Ourselves.
Ourselves. And I elbow Pud in the gut and tell him to keep his mouth shut.
Oh, that deception. Y'all are very insistent. He kind of looks at you and says, no, you don't. Let's see here.
Who do we all work for?
Do you work for? You don't work for You don't work for anyone with money because you're not outfitted with anything worth money. No, that's not it.
If you play your cards right, we could work for you.
You were in a run-in with my boys in Wild, but why would you get in a run with my boys in Wild? Most people just
run it.
Most people just run from them or pay them off. So you've got a sense of confrontation. I'm gonna guess you're either, and he sneers at the thought of it. He says, I'm gonna guess you're either adventurers, whatever the fuck that means from day to day, or he kind of walks up very slowly to Dunkirk, kind of lifts your little cloak, just kind
Oh
of
shit, he has a mic on.
brushes it with a hand, sees a gray chainmail, says, oh, that's surprising. Well, that's surprising. So you're somebody with a little bit of authority, a little bit of something motion. You know, we could trade some favors.
That's what I've been saying this whole time, you dull motherfucker.
What do you say? You seem to be someone that's in charge. If not in charge, at least is rational and reasonable and has better quality shoes.
I do like nice shoes.
Trade a favor. You have access.
Name your favor.
Oh! Name my favor. How about we just promise a favor and then I'll cash it in later?
You got yourself a deer, depending on your information.
Well, let's just say I'll tell you exactly who paid me to burn down that building. And yes, destroy any evidence.
Dunkirk, do you trust this dude?
And
I know
it'll
I
be
don't trust this dude.
honest, shall be an honest telling from me, and then I'll collect a favor from you at some future date. Let's make it poetic. Huh? Let's say within a year and a day.
Let me know what you got.
Is it a deal?
You got yourself a deal.
He rubs his palm and it starts glowing red, and he says, let's shake on it. Come on, it's a deal.
Do you remember that fucking fight we just got into? It was
I'm
fucking
not
foreshadowing.
I don't abide by whatever dark magic you're trying to pull over on me.
You can be in the dark, and I can go home.
Sean, your camera died.
Your camera died.
Boys, let's bring the carriage around. I feel the need to go home. These children don't know how the world works.
I reflect on the fact that I've been assigned a mission, and I can't leave a mission undone, so I stop him and I grab his palm.
Ah, excellent. You are both locked into a geas, essentially a magical contract. And both sides of it are perfectly clear. And he says, and while holding your hand, he leans in and says, his name is Quix.
Quicks.
His name is Quix.
Where can I find this? And?
Quix is an agent of much older power. He works for some people here in the city. And he is insane.
What kind of older power?
That much I know I don't know. But I know the smell of it. Something old, and it's something beyond. I couldn't go further than that. You, for instance, you smell like you've been touched by some hot and toddy god or some kind. I can feel it radiating off of you. It smells like sour milk, ass. I don't know where it's from, though.
Are we still?
But his money spends very well. He said that he wanted to go ahead and have the whole scene destroyed. I said, okay. I expect to see my money within a month. I'm not in any rush. I don't have to ever see him again. But he's a weird one.
And where can we find this Quix?
Now that I can't tell you. But I can tell you he's dangerous. Dangerous enough that I thought twice about making that deal.
How did you get a hold of this Quix?
Oh no, he approached me. He knew I kind of run things over there in Wild. Which, you know, he's very convincing.
You're not giving me much of a lead.
I told you I'd tell you what I know.
And, all right. Well, before he lets go of my hand, I give him a nice, firmer squeeze to the, borderline painful squeeze. I guess I'll see you soon.
Oh, I know you'll see me soon. He says, now, I hope you don't mind if we don't leave at the same time. It's a security thing. You want to go first?
Sure. Come on, boys.
You guys make your way out?
Yes.
Follow him out.
You guys walk out into the night air of the stacks. It is now dark.
I apologize to my crew and pay out to the guys who put money on me.
Dunkirk notices that there's a guy behind him.
Behind me.
Bated breath, pushing something against his lower spine, just saying, just hand it over, and you don't have to go back.
Do I see what's going on?
I
Oh,
slammed my head back
kill him?
again.
It's straight up the same guy.
Yeah, I slammed my head back again.
Give me another attack.
Yeah.
He's
24.
you
Crit.
like crush an orbital socket as he passes out, and drools into the gutter. He's breathing, but he's straight out. His little leather wrapped shiv goes clinking into the street.
I don't even look at his body. I say, let's get the hell out of here.
Can I pick up his shiv and just toss it into the night air?
Just toss it.
Away, just like far
I'm
away.
doing you a favor, buddy. Come on. He's the worst kind of criminal. He's not able enough to actually do it, right? You're just annoying everybody, Dan.
Fucking Dan.
All right, so evening has come upon you, and it is now dark.
I suggest we find a place to bunk down for the night. The Stacks is not really a place where we want to hang out this time of day.
If we go to Eastgate, I might be able to get us a place for free.
We do have the barracks.
You do have the barracks and Gin the Air tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to Gin the Air tonight. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
those
They have my
barracks are
favorite
cold
drink
and
there.
drafty. But
Roll call is at 6th bell.
I'll make sure we get up at 5th bell.
So who's staying at the barracks? Who's staying at Gin the Air tonight?
I'll go to Gin.
I'm going to Gin.
I'm going to go to the barracks to Dunkirk, knowing that I should probably try to walk a little bit of a straighter line after maybe causing a little bit of trouble today.
I have to build up my bruised ego at Gin the Air tonight.
Yeah. And the barracks beds just they aren't big enough for a guy
They
like
really
me.
are.
Yeah. But before we separate ways, I'm going to turn to Dunkirk and kind of be like, are you sure that was the wisest decision back there? He made me real uncomfortable.
We've been given a mission to accomplish. This is how we accomplish that mission. I hope.
Well, I'll follow you anywhere.
I look at Mo and I say, what part of talking to a criminal boss did you think was going to be comfortable before he went in there?
So
That's exactly what Tig would say, right? So you look, you guys don't understand. Like, that went really well.
Like, that went shockingly well.
Nobody
What?
died. Nobody
For what?
died. No
We
burnings.
never-
No buildings got burned down.
We distracted him enough where he never asked for my 500 from the fight that Pud lost.
Nobody died. No buildings burned down. No blood oaths for death were actually called. Also, I made money. So,
So we're going to call that night a win.
I try extra hard to make my money back and enough to pay back both of them for what they lost. Out of
all right.
guilt.
So you guys settle off. Now I assume that Mo and Putty are going to kind of earn their stay.
Yep.
So I'm going to require a performance check out of Putty.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to require a dex check. Essentially, you get to use your proficiency. It is a cooking check.
Okay.
Mo.
Sheet unload 1 second here.
Oops. 1 sec.
Did yours unload too?
1 sec.
Oh, there we go. Am I at advantage because of my my tap on my neck?
I will give you an advantage because you have your trophy right around your neck the whole time, and you keep the audience on the edge of the seat as whether or not you're going to use it, and you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there. People are constantly he's going to pull it out at some point. He could take it off his neck at some point, but he doesn't.
Okay.
It's 30 minutes of foreplay.
Send him home with blue ball.
And at 20, the crowd goes straight wild. You get 100 silver as a tip.
Nice.
Because the house made a killing tonight. You get to sleep in a good room. It's got the bath in there and everything. It's good to go. Free meals, whatever drink you like. Mo basically makes a stew.
Yeah,
it's
not my best work. Yeah.
It's been a stressful day, Mo.
He had a rough night.
He started off being I'm going to braise this rabbit and do some French tips on the ribs. I'm going to make these like seared pan vegetables. But about halfway through, you realize, yeah, I'd have fucked that up. It's a stew. I'm just going to put it on the counter.
Mo.
They're going to charge you. You're going to have to come out of pocket 40 silver to stay. It covers some of it.
I pay for him.
Hey, he's spreading it around. Over at the
lovely
barracks, you guys get in, eat at the mess hall, along with them, most of other constables because it's free. You find yourself a bunk. There you are, sitting in the half-lit darkness of the barracks hall. It's big, it's broad, relatively private enough. Each of you sitting on a bed, waiting to close up the evening.
I just look at Pig and I say, we really stepped in it today.
I think we'll be fine. No one's gonna miss those thugs.
What was the guy we're looking for named Cricks? What was it? I forgot to write it down.
Quicks.
I also look at Dunkirk and I say, remember the guy you made the pact with at the end of the day? That was evil as all get out.
Quicks. I do. Remember that pretty vividly.
Well, remember the 5 guys I killed?
I do.
They worked for him.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
No, just rest easy tonight knowing we didn't murder anyone.
Well, arguable, but okay.
So, as everybody settles down for their long rest, we'll deal with the next session, waking up for day 2. We'll close it there. Day 1 is over. Y'all have made messes and also accomplished things.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and put a long rest back on my character and stuff?
Yeah, you can. You're welcome to. You guys can get your hit points back and get your spells back, get all your stuff back. You're starting off fresh anyway when we kick it off tomorrow morning. Good to go.
Did you guys see me kick that undead beholder's ass?
You bitch.
Cool.
Do we get experience or anything for the day? Or
Yes, you get a number of experience. Okay, so 50. I already gave 50 for the quiz time.
Yes.
Let me continue to give some out. So, on the fight with the regulators, everybody gets 175 each.
I need a calculator. You're making the numbers hard on me now.
Yeah, there you go. Back in 175 each for the regulators.
Okay.
For finding Bango, that is worth 50.
Okay.
And that is it.
All right. Cool.
You get nothing for running from the zombie.
Are you sure?
In truth, you do get half XP for surviving encounters, but that only counts from actually starting them.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was my argument with the fight the whole time.
If you had run up and slapped across the face
I would be dead right now.
and ran, you'd be gambling on can you outrun the disintegration ray, and if you can, half XP.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right. Cool.
All right, that's it.
All right. Thanks again, Flannel.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Flannel.
thanks very much.
Don't forget, pick up your copy of Lost Artifacts of Greyghast. Putting the link in chat. Buy 1 or 7 or 10, 12 for your whole family. Makes a great gift.
Get your grandma Lost Artifacts of Greyghast.
Insulate your house with it.
Check it out.
Get a copy for your
insulate.
dog.
Yeah, it's a good insulator. Yeah, all sorts of things. Pets love it. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We appreciate it. And thank you, Flannel, for doing this.
Deuces.
We'll see you all next time. Tomorrow, real quick, we are going to be playing the last night of Sea of Thieves closed beta. Hope we'll probably just puke on each other some more. Who knows? We did find out you can store puke in a bucket, so new mechanics. It's going to be great.
Oh, you ruined the surprise.
I'm gonna try to get like 6 buckets.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow, 8:30, same time, Eastern Standard. Have a great night, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
We love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.